Welcome everybody to Monday Night Fireshrike. We get first of all we get like a bit of like we get Shaba and Loyalty Dash Zero facing down with a bunch of Cosmic Cube Cabal, soldiers outside of the Spitfire. We get these tank cannons firing at Shaba. She even gets hit once or twice. But she still stands there casting spells, disintegrating parts of these grav tanks. We get like Loyalty Dash Zero appear out of nowhere in front of a Cosmic Curve Cabal guard and start fighting him. We get Xander attempting to grapple him around the neck, but not succeeding. We get and we get fucking we get the crew of the Fireshrike talking in a meeting, like deciding what to do. We get a little bit of that. Then we come back to the Spitfire, with Shaba and Xander and what have you, getting on board and getting into the communications and opening comms with the stellar flare, and we get a little bit of that conversation, and then we get a a a, a we get someone who looks exactly like Slef, but not quite like Slef, who seem walking into a like what looks like a purely constructed environment with, sort of metal all over the place, wires and panels and piping going from place to place. See in the background, we see it enter like a big server room, and um, we see this conversation happen between this disembodied voice and this version of Slef, whoever he may be. We sort of come to realize this is the Mad Tinker, as as he kind of talks and laughs, and we see a computer program, like sort of like in Netscape, start closing down on this AI's intelligence as it attempts to block the progress of the program. And we see this version of Slef look over and see a version of Bucket get on top of it and ride out of this and riding out like with explosions going off all over the place, pure Michael Bay style, as he flies out of this constructed planet-like structure that is just explosions everywhere, laughing as he goes. And then we get the Fireshrike logo across the top, and we come back into a bar, um, but we see it from the outside, and there's just nothing around it. It's just like this empty, vast wasteland of space, and this battered sign with writing in a language we don't understand as the audience. That's just sort of like banging in some sort of ethereal wind. And we see like wisps of sort of ethereal smoke here and there and ethereal fog, sort of like effervescent in the background in patches and places, some swirling around like there's almost a bit of an intelligence or design behind it. And then we kind of like get we get like the sort of like the sort of like fade from this to the inside of the bar. And inside the bar, we see a couple of figures, and the placard at the bottom says a place that says across the bottom, where realities go to die, or the bar where realities go to die, the bar at the place where realities go to die. Sorry about that. Words are hard. And we see a couple of familiar people at the bar. One is it retains a human shape, although we kind of see him from behind with the gray robes as we sort of pull in. And the other one appears to be a Yisekai, and the appears to be a Yisekai. But at first, we don't see them from the front until like the camera sort of like pans around, and we get like sort of a more side view, and we kind of the first face we see is the face of the Yisekai, and it looks like Celesteslav. But there's like I imagine a number of other technical gear and whatnot hanging off. There's maybe like the difference in variations. And then we kind of
this is
yeah.
more machine than rat.
Okay,
Like
yeah,
at this point,
good.
there's bits of fur that are sticking out here or there, but they're sickly patches that were clearly irradiated or
Yeah.
vestigial and were more work to cut off than just to put back. Yeah, or than just to leave there. It's not a pretty sight.
Right. Yeah. And cool. And we also see the gray cardinal, Serald Silverchild, sitting at the bar. And we come in, and do we come in sort of at the beginning of this conversation, or do we come in somewhere in the middle?
Is someone is sitting there across from him. There's a uncomfortable quiet between them before he motions towards the bar with this hand that looks like it's made of puzzle pieces that are falling off, and beneath the skin is this sort of pulsating galaxy-looking starscape beneath it. He says, "What's your drink choice?"
He pops open a cooler on his hip that is embedded inside of him and pulls out a beer in typical fashion. Pops it open with his mouth and goes, "I brought my own, thanks."
He nods and is like, "Saves me the trouble. So I brought you here to the end to talk more about a beginning, a partnership between the two of us."
He's like, "Oh, that's what this facsimile is. You could have came up with a less clunky thing for the plaque over here. It's the bar where the reality and dreams come to die, and it's the bar where the people. I don't really like it. It's too much of a mouthful. You should just called it Dead End or some shit."
Big pain of the bar, not much.
Kind of goes, "I could redecorate it for you if you want." Just like with this big cheesy grin.
Just dead.
Cyril just stares. All we can see is like his nose and his mouth from behind Rogan. He's like, "I'll pass." What do you know of? And he holds up his hand, and you see these two small constellations of stars form into the Spitfire and the Tempest. And he's like, "What do you know of the Spitfire and the Tempest?"
Everything.
Well,
I think you mean
neither
the
of
stellar
those
flare, but that's okay.
yeah.
The Stellar Fire, my bad.
No,
I'm
no,
done.
you're
Yeah.
good. You're good.
You've been gone for a while. I will give you this one pass.
There you go.
But not a pet.
But yeah, you probably. I'll fuck you up, Gunner. Kind of goes.
Where you live.
Kind of goes. Well, I know that those ships are owned by Zai, and if any of my records are correct, Zai dealt with someone very similar, and well, let's just say a lot less effective than I am.
He dealt with you at one point.
God's
That one of yours died for some.
so
Now, we need to get something clear. I know you've got your concepts of whatever the multiverse is, and it sounds like some swooshy religion bullshit. I have fucking equations. That's not me. That's an aspect of someone who could have been me, but didn't have the balls to pull the trigger. They blew themselves up because they were guilty about what? A fucking houseplant? I don't fucking get it.
I love you so much.
The fact that you
I'm
cannot
sorry, I
distinguish
can't.
various
The damn
realities
fern.
together as one multiple
My fucking
in
eyes
itself
are watering.
is still enough that we have different versions of intellect. However, what is important is he crushes his hand and the two ships violently explode. And he says, "If these ships are destroyed, so are you."
Okay. Well, make sure that they don't get destroyed, mysterious hotshot.
That's your job.
Oh, I see. Listen, I did a few stints with some shit jobs. I used to do waste disposal. I was garbage management. At one point, I even had to buff floors without a goddamn buffer. You think that I'm gonna go and clean up after some toddlers out there? Some cosmic space idiots who think that they're bigger than what they are? I don't really have a plan to do so. So, potential pass.
Thing that counts as far, whatever sort of facsimile, I think you called it, that's beating within your chest will soon be inert. This is not a threat, nor is it necessarily a promise. It's a potentiality that I think we would both like to avoid.
Kinda. That's the problem with all of you swooshy space wizards. You never have the math to back it up. Let me do some napkin math. Here. And he kind of like leans over, grabs like a napkin, and like a pin comes out of his pinky and starts scribbling shit. And at first he's like super fucking whatever about it. He's super casual, flippant, sarcastic even. But then he's like, and then we carry the 2, and then we apply... No, hold on. Let me... And he like starts crossing some stuff off and then goes, no, oh, wait, no, okay, so... no, that denominator
At this point, like,
still
Sarah
hanging.
pulls up the magic-y hand and says, "What do you know of something called Mother Chat?"
That's the hanging too. Great. Okay. Well, I know that whatever, is a problem, and one that's pretty fucking annoying, if you ask me. I'm pretty done with the whole situation. I'd like to just kind of leave it behind.
There's Amy.
We have mutual goals in this respect. If I were to tell you that both of these ships were somehow in your reality, let us call it your Tinkerverse, and we're about to be trapped in a paracausal loop that could result in their destruction and, in the end, the complete annihilation of all multiple reality. Would you be interested in stopping it, in resolving this game too?
Well, looking at the sheet, the math doesn't lie. This fucking hanging 2 has decided to be a hanging Chad on the ballot of whether I live because of a bunch of hosers or I die. So, I would say I appreciate you bringing up an error in my math, but, I'm not wrong at anything. I just hadn't got to that conclusion. You got your deal, I guess. But don't come fucking asking for anything else. And you're not welcome in my house. I haven't cleaned it in a while.
God.
There's a smirk underneath the hood before he concentrates upon that hand, and all of the magic seems to seep out of it into a small ball of like swirling galaxies and stars. And he just pushes it over towards him and is like, "Take this. One last gift. I'm putting a lot in this gambit, and all the pieces are falling into place. You'll find a use for this. But be warned, that is stolen goods. I wouldn't be caught with it when you're done."
Kind of looks and goes, I don't afraid of anything. And he just takes this item.
Nice.
And then snaps his fingers, and the door that he let slap through opens up, and he's just like, "The door's free to go, and you don't need to finish your pint on the way out."
He goes, a wasted beer is something worth crying over. And he fucking chugs the rest of his beer. He tosses the bottle without any disregard, and it lands perfectly in the nearest trash can. And he walks out and goes, oh, and if I were a betting man, I'd get better at showing your math next time. And he slams the door behind him.
Then we get one last bit where Cyril smiles, and there's a few moments after he leaves before he stands up, walks over to this big chessboard, and moves it would be like the bishop, but it looks like Slap writing on the top of bucket. picks it up and moves it across the board in front of another piece, leans back and says, "My plans have fallen into place.
My cabbages.
One more game."
Awesome.
Sorry, I forgot I was
Nice.
muted for that.
And when we come back in and we get that fade to black, and when we kind of fade back in, we fade back in on Twinkle, right? You guys have just found out that the Cervantic Cordrum's Hellnut fleet, Hell detachment of Hell Knight fleet has entered
Oh
in the
yeah.
Tinkerverse somehow. Um, it like Ashira just put that bulletin out there for everybody, so
Yeah.
you guys.
So what was it that those brainy bastards were fucking saying about how the only people that can get here are the ones that are smarter than everybody else or some shit like that? Well, apparently any half brain dead bozos can get in here. Don't know what the fuck they were talking about. Also, in other news, kick the tires, light the fires. We got some lobster to eat.
I think like Melp might be like, are you in the hallway or are you on the bridge? Where are you at?
On the
Where do we
bridge, I think,
find?
was where
You're
we
on the
left
bridge.
off.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you. If I remember, Vesa and Zai were all, and Ashira were also still on the bridge, and obviously Lee, because Lee's the pilot.
Yep.
Um,
Never.
never. Uh, by the way, love your reactions here tonight. And it's just great. Looking over at the camera, you've been hilarious. Fucking yeah. So we kind of get, and I think Melp has managed to make his way up, and he's like, yeah, well, they don't like to talk about it much, but there's a lot more of the Mad Tinka's tech that's been picked up by the Dominion of the Black and possibly other parties than they'd like to admit to. That's why the C3 is so active in a lot of places where they've been trying to regain all of this tech back so it doesn't fall into the wrong hands. And Ashira, I think you're also starting to get readings of something else. You're getting, and this is, you don't even need a roll for this because this is
Oh,
something
okay,
that's
cool.
big happening. The
Scrambling for account.
the gravity well that turned out to be a large constructed, place that did not orbit the solar sun, that basically just stayed in one place. It's in the process of blowing up. There's a lot of energy
Oh,
signatures coming from there.
okay.
You can't tell if it's catastrophic explosions or if it's just like critical or if it's just a lot of damage explosions, but there's a lot of energy readings, a lot of explosions going on over there. So there is some shit going on. Um, and I don't know if you mentioned this to anybody because Mel clearly is not at the post, so he doesn't know it yet.
Yeah.
He'll react to it when he does, but he doesn't know yet.
I
But
can't think of a freaking time I ever didn't tell anyone things in this game.
no, I just always want to leave you the option. I don't want to be like, hey, I don't want to assume that your character's doing something if it's not what you're gonna
Kira
do.
said, "Fuck it," put polka dots on the ship and dipped.
Right. So whatever. Yeah. But yeah, like, how do you state this to everybody? Like, what do you say? Like,
what was it again? I don't want to say it wrong.
so the constructed planet-like structure that didn't have an actual orbit that stayed in one place,
Yeah.
defying all logic, it actually is. There's a lot of energy readings. It looks like there's a lot of explosions going off there. Looks like there's a lot of explosions. If you knew who Michael Bay was.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. I can't. Man. Sorry, I had somebody in chat. Well, I mean, I'll tell Captain. I don't know. Wait, which Captain am I with?
Well, I think
All
all
of them?
3 of them are
All
on
of
the
them?
bridge right now. So, yeah.
Okay, so let's just tell those 3 and then tell them, and they can decide whether we tell everyone else or whatever.
All right. Well, how do the 3 of you react to this news? And anybody else that's within earshot?
Sets
Unless
a
you
bird
just
on
like
fire.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
Melp's like that
It's gonna be fine.
that 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 shouldn't even be possible. That shouldn't even be possible. That was all built off of the Mad Tinker's tech and
Uh-huh.
like
Clearly the tech is wrong. It's fine.
Clearly.
Everything's fine. Obviously, everything's gonna be fine.
and he's like there and like I'm sure you probably see, there's a little bit of conflict on Melp's face. However he may
Yeah.
feel about his place in his society and where he comes from, it was still where he came from.
Well,
So,
yeah.
yeah, there's a bit of shock on his face. He doesn't quite know what to do with this at the moment.
I'm not sure how to react to his face.
Yeah. What's with
Mel, do you want
Aki
to
and
do some
Lee's response?
explanation?
Yeah.
Because we don't know what this exploding thing really is, besides an anomaly.
So then I need to.
Well, I was asking Mel, but
Oh, sorry.
He's like,
needs to
So,
make some computer stuff.
it's effectively the home world. It's where all of us uh it's where all of us are made.
Wait. Are you
It's
telling me that
Wait,
this
wait,
is
wait.
a giant ball of rats? Vicious explosion rats?
Oh God.
That's
He
not
just
exactly
looked-
the
I don't
nicest
know
way
any-
to put it, but
I don't know
He
any
just kinda-
universe where that would be considered a good thing to go to, you know?
Wait, sorry, Captain, I apologize. That was very rude of me. You're telling me that this is a group of specific giant exploding rats?
Slip left clones
he
quit
just
their
kinda-
job.
You sure?
He's like, I think Melp is kind of ignoring you at the moment with Aki, and he's just like, but there were redundancies
that's
in the
fair.
system. It was all based on Tinker Tech.
I'm so confused.
There's no one else that would have even understood it. The only other, but the Mad Tinker's never come to the issue. He's never shown the slightest bit of interest.
Yeah,
There's the only, and he just seems to be like on a loop at this point. He can't.
Right.
To him, it's completely illogical that anybody could pull this off, except for the Mad Tinker. And there's no way in his mind, that the Mad Tinker would even come here.
So you're saying it can't be anyone except the Mad Tinker, but you're saying the only person who could do this is the Mad Tinker. Do you see a problem
like-
here?
Yeah, he's stuck in the loop. Like, yeah, there's at this point he's kind of fallen. Like, he's not even talking. Like, maybe he's still kind of moving his mouth a little bit, but he's just kind of like, he's gone over to the sensor. He's gone over to like the sensor panel, and he's just staring at it.
I think that the sensor panels have started to pick up readings that are specifically in the shapes of like fish and birds. Like it's all ASCII stuff, right? Like it's like strings of Unicode that's all just little drawings of shit mixed with like, and they're crude little comics, like dumb little crass knock jokes and shit. And keep in mind, this is just an open air broadcasting. There's like, it's not even like he's sending this to anyone in specific. It's just going.
Okay, awesome. You just start getting all these images.
I want to step over to Melp and put my hand on his shoulder and just be like, buddy, there's some things in the universe that we just don't understand, but as we continue down this path, they might become clearer.
He goes, yeah, but that was the only place that I could have gotten anything to fix the drive. He goes, without any, like, you get what he's trying to say, but he's having a hard time stumbling through it.
Right.
Like he's still in the moment,
Yeah, at this point, I'm gonna be like, okay, why don't you take a walk with me? Let's walk it out and let's think about it and let's maybe like go and get something from the mess hall. We'll just, and I do my best thinking when I'm walking. So
And
maybe, go ahead.
Probably as you're doing that, every single one of your hailing broadcasts that could be contacted is currently being broadcasted or being contacted. It's a hail. It's not like an open comms. It's like a, hey, I'm calling every cell phone that you possibly have.
And more like a Hail Mary.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
It's like you have to be close to something.
Yeah.
And Ashira, give me a computer's roll here too, because I want to see. Because
Just
you're pretty good at those. You're pretty good at those sensor controls. I want to see if you pick this up here real quick.
just an FYI, I am here all night, by the way. So
Awesome.
I'm on my phone.
Yay!
Hooray for
Yeah.
Dr. Byrne.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dr. Byrne and Twinkle all night. Yeah.
Memorial Day rules! I almost said a joke
Yes.
that wasn't appropriate. Let's continue.
Yes.
Ashira, Ashira, you can't make out exactly what it is, but there is something like there's obviously ships that are around this structure as it's blowing up that are scrambling and trying to do damage control or get away from the explosion or whatever. But there is something that is so small that it's not even big enough to be a fighter. It's not even big enough to be a starship fighter that is showing up. It's almost like you're reading some sort of technological signature that you can't quite make out, but there is something, and it seems to be headed in the general direction of this moon with the detention center. Whether it's heading towards you or the detention center itself or the flagship of Inspector Flep, it's it's hard to say right now, but the broadcasts seem to be coming from this smaller than this whatever it is that's smaller than a fighter.
Is anyone gonna pick up the phone?
I will pick up the phone. I thought someone else was gonna pick up the phone. I'm gonna pick up the phone. Okay.
Oh my
sorry.
gosh.
Sorry. I thought somebody else was gonna. I'm gonna pick up. Like.
Your camera.
Hello.
Hi, am I on speakerphone right now? I really don't want to have to repeat myself.
Hold please. And then I'm gonna like hit a button and put him on speaker, and then just be like, yes, you are. Who's calling?
Oh, excellent. Hold on.
There's no need to ask.
You
this
hear
is
a
the
piece
Mad
of
Tinker, isn't it?
Yeah, and you hear a piece of paper unfolding, and it's like,
hold on. I've got a thing. Hello, Margaret. It's me, God. Everybody. Was that good? Was that funny? Am I good? I don't really care. Hey, so, y'all are in a bit of a pickle.
Yeah, yes, a bit of a pickle. Is there any way? But how can we help you, sir?
You guys are
or madam.
You have him patched through comms, right? So
Oh yeah.
like the ship's
He's
comms.
like everywhere.
Yeah, so like realistically, any of you on the bridge can probably hear this and respond to it as well now. So Zai and Twinkle, you guys are.
Like I said, there's no need to ask who this is. We know it's the Mad Tinker.
No, it's God. I already told you, Margaret.
And I already told you God is dead.
You know,
God.
back when I was a young, impressionable isekai, I would have said "fuck off, Slef." But
now,
I think I'm gonna
that's
say
the first-
"fuck off, Slef."
That's the first misconception. I am not Slef, and I will not be referred to as Slef.
That's fine.
It's left.
Slef.
Does everyone just call him Slef?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna
You're
ask.
lucky I don't just take my ball and go home, you fuckheads.
Well, let me guess.
I never
The reason
used Slef.
the reason you're talking to us is because you have something to lose if you don't.
God, the deductive reasoning on this one. Are you sure that you can pick him up from somewhere other than Stupid Town?
Oh God!
He's
Uh,
You are
Yes,
so
Tinkerer, I'm
incredibly
sure.
pleasant.
All right.
He's
I
been
was-
through some shit.
Great.
And he's like,
what would you like to be called? As
The
opposed to
Tinkerer. You just
Slap?
said that.
Well,
Tinker.
some people call me Death. Other people call me the greatest mind that has ever hit the universe.
Okay,
Some
I'm gonna
people
get
even
Nick.
call me Ricardo. But you may call me the Mad Tinker.
You know, you're hiding
Uh,
behind this
I
all under a
almost want
bunch of
Croissant back.
bravado. We must really be in trouble.
Yeah, that's
Well,
like a
how about
mouthful.
Space
Like, do you have a
Cat? Can we call you
shortened
that?
version?
Have a short.
You can call me Tink, I guess.
I'm gonna call you Tink.
Oh my God.
Mistake.
yeah. And probably at this point, he's like,
All right, now I need to get a couple things straight. First of all, I kept this an open broadcast because I know you assholes are listening. I'd like to send you guys a specific message. You aren't like me. You're never gonna like me. I'm so fresh, you can suck my castrated nuts.
cuts the connection on anyone listening who isn't the Shrike. And then he goes,
Okay, now that that business is done, those hosers really fucking irk me. Now, you happen to be in a particularly bad situation, and somehow, through a rounding error, I found myself also in a particularly bad position. So, vis-a-vis trade and potential knowledge sharing, and also me getting you the fuck out of here, I will be helping you. Today, I will be your captain. The on-flight food will be peanuts. You cannot argue with this.
and like this tiny blip is like hurtling towards your ship at like upsetting
God.
speeds. Like it's like a missile
it's
at this point.
You know,
Oh.
I thought I would miss Lef.
Oh.
Now, I'm not so sure.
No.
Could you
And yet I'm very fucking excited.
could you change the trajectory of our ship so that he can come in through the cargo bay?
In through the outdoor. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you guys open the cargo bay, and you probably do it just in time as this mostly cyborg rat flings at Mach 2 into the back of your cargo bay, upsetting anything that is not nailed down, slams and skitters across the ground on this mop bucket, and just like slams into the wall, leaves an impression, and goes,
Oh yeah, momentum. Fuck.
I send Twinkle a message.
The liability has landed, sir.
Anyone else in the cargo bay?
yeah, good question.
Yeah, well,
Because
okay.
Shaba
Well-
has never left the cargo bay.
Calling
Oh,
people.
dear God, Shaba, I hope you were nailed down.
Well, it's not. It's the.
Yeah, I'm gonna send
well, it's
Twinkle
the
a
shuttle
quick
bay,
message.
too, so, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
all right.
I know.
What do you send me?
It's
Warren.
gonna be me asking if you need me to prepare a sedative designed specifically for the line of slaps.
Wow.
I would
Go
like
ahead and
at
make
least
it
a
just to be
dozen of
safe. I
those.
don't anticipate us using it.
Yeah, how much will they cost?
Well, seeing as it's just a special ability, it's not gonna
Oh,
cost
it's a special
anything.
ability. It's fine.
Slef,
Yes,
or not
definitely
Slef, the
make
Mad
those.
Tinkerer is just intersecting comms casually as just a passive thing he does. And you get in the middle of your messages, like over text, it's just like, haha, nice try. I replaced my blood years ago, idiots.
Oh my God.
Your DNA.
That's what nanites
All
is
right.
for.
Turn to. Let's see. Remind me who's on the bridge. Okay.
Everyone with a
Vesa,
soul.
Ashira, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It just
Yeah,
kind of turns
keep
and
on.
goes. I'm gonna go down and meet my worst nightmare. Would you like to come?
I want to go. I'm very excited. Yes.
I already figured. Shira, would you like to come come
I'm-
visit the waking nightmare?
I'm here for this.
All right.
Will you be keeping him in the cargo bay?
He's
Please.
probably gonna go wherever the
Pretty
fuck he wants
please.
to go. You don't understand. This is my encrypted communications. He just decided to send me dick pics on my encrypted communications.
Yeah.
He is going to do whatever the fuck he wants to do.
They're not even
Vesa?
on the
Those
decks.
pictures are of a jar.
Captain Vesa,
Six for the win.
Yeah.
Oh,
I would suggest you bring along a certain canine assistant.
he's not like 100%
Not gonna
trained
help.
yet.
Hold
I'm
on,
kind
hold
of
on.
worried about
Neither is our guest.
that. Okay.
Why was that
well,
Pearl? Is Sluff actually an echidna?
Why
You'd
are
have
we
more
trying
control.
to kill
You'd have
Fluff
more.
Stuff with B?
Yeah, gonna go to the cargo bay. But
you're-
what are you gonna say, Chesta?
I was gonna say, if you were going to take an animal with you, you actually probably have more control of the chop.
Yes,
think
pork
so,
chop would be
too.
a much
So-
better idea.
I'm gonna do a whistle because he can hear it from anywhere. Why fucking not? And
Yeah.
homie just fucking romps through the fucking halls, and it's
Oh, yeah.
awful. You can
Oh, yeah.
hear
Alright,
him
the
coming
communication
from
is
like
out. The pork chop
Oh
is
yeah,
left.
he knocks over a few like random crewmen, like just like not like surprises somebody that's about to come out of the fucking mess hall because he runs right past him at the last second. Or what the fuck? Like, just
so big.
knocks shit over on his way.
Oh my
Comes
God.
sliding, comes sliding onto the bridge, slides right into the back of the captain's chair before he comes comes to a stop.
Yes, I love it. And I'm
I
gonna
would
be
like
like, hey,
to
buddy.
send that chair because I was sitting there and be like, "Oof, okay, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?"
He's the best boy. I'm gonna give him all the scritches and be like, let's go meet a new friend. He's fucking crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Is this where we tell everyone that his chew toy is a shiny metal animal? It's just a random animal, but still.
Sure. Any animal you want it to be, he's living
So-
for it.
So Shaba's in the cargo bay?
Yeah, she
Yes.
just left.
well, it's shuttle bay technically.
Shuttle
but-
bay.
Shuttle bay, cargo bay, they're all connected.
Right. She's been hiding out on the other ship.
Yeah. Is
She's
there
hiding out.
anybody? Is there
Oh, I'm not
anybody in
hiding
like?
out on the ship. I'm actually sitting on a crate playing Galactica.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Probably the Tinkerer looks over and goes,
See, you've got the right idea. Nothing to fucking see here.
and then pulls out his phone and starts playing Galactica too.
I've got a
God.
multiplayer
I
mod on
love
here.
you.
You want to join?
Specifically Galactica 2, the unreleased version.
Yeah. No, multiplayer mod. He probably looks and goes,
Multiplayer mod.
What the hell? It'll probably take him 45 seconds. We can bang out 1/62nd of a round.
and then just fucking
sure.
pops on. Yeah.
1v1
And
me,
she's keeping
bro.
up with them.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, no, he's surprisingly shit at this game. He's like,
Oh, God, fuck. Motherfucker. Wait, I thought I knew how to lead a shot. I guess I don't.
like, you know what I mean?
And that's why
Well,
he
see, you
uses
do it this
grenades.
way. You sort of got to start here. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
you're starting to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Just kind of
You guys-
vibing with Shaba.
You guys get that at like, first of all, 'cause I think when you like go down the hall, as you're walking down the hall and whatnot, like Dr. Telvono, like as you come to like a cross section, Dr. Telvono and the Unannihilated like walk up, and the Unannihilated is like, "What's going on?" and Dr. Telvono is like, the Mad Tinker. Are you serious? Is this the really the Mad Tinker? Are you?
Hey,
Are we sure about that?
listen,
I'd
I'm
take
gonna put
Salvano by
my
the hand. You do it too.
okay.
talk,
You
I'll
take
hold
him
his
by
hand.
the hand, and I'll put my hand on his shoulder.
He's like, he just kind of looks at both of you like, um, you would both read the expression as being something of excitement. He's not like afraid. And you can tell it's not like, it's that thing where like, like Ashira, when you rode with Dr. Telvono and the Unannihilated, it became clear that Dr. Telvono knew who the Mad Tinker is. He even referenced him a couple of times.
Right.
But he
Yes.
like he doesn't. It's obvious he's never met him. Like,
Okay.
because
So,
you
yeah.
got the impression through your travels that the Mad Tinker is known in a lot of really weird fucking places that he's just sort of cross-dimensionally known.
this is what is known. He's in the shuttle bay. If you want to come, you can come, and you can bring him too. And then we
I
keep going.
yeah,
He's so
Oh wait, I'm
moody,
sorry. What
though.
do you want to do?
I mean, I don't know. I don't. Do we really want to take abs? I mean, he'd look at him. He's not going to be as excited or
Oh,
upbeat as
Oh, I
actually,
the rest of
really
us.
hope
that'd
they
be
take
incredibly
abs.
fun.
Oh God, I hope they take
Because
abs.
in any universe, the Tinker is going to annoy any version of Nahir.
Down to
Absolutely.
see it.
That was kind of the whole relationship.
Yeah, it really
Let's
was.
So,
go.
yeah, I'm completely okay with both of them coming, but let's keep going. At this point, they've almost managed to get half a round in because we stopped for this. Come
I
on, buddy.
know.
Yeah,
Jeez. And we're doing so
yeah,
good too.
Yeah.
you walk in and Shaba is sitting on a crate playing on her phone, and so is the Mad Tinker. Like
Mad
it's just
Tinker sees you guys walk in and goes, "Oh shit, business time," and fucking throws his phone in the air, pulls out a flare gun and just blasts it. It just like falls on the ground smoldering and goes, "Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah." He like goes, "Ah, I got spares, whatever." So, how did you get here in the first place?
Uh,
Did you bring Melp with you?
not yet. Watch this.
Uh,
Hey, Melp, I need you to come to the cargo bay. Go back to your round.
Yeah.
45
I
seconds
shot
later.
my phone. You got my attention.
Okay, well then 37 seconds later because I tell him to hurry.
yeah, it it takes him a while before he gets there.
You
Before
can
it
tell
take well,
he's
it doesn't take
really
him a long time, but it takes him some time. And he's
the
Oh,
Mad
he
wait.
Tinkerer, while this is happening, is just shuffling the pins on his grenades. Like he'll hold
Right.
the lever down, pull out a pin, grab another grenade, hold the lever down, pull out that pin, and swap the pins in the grenades, and then just stick them in his inventory. Like
Mm.
he's living up to the name Mad Tinkerer. This guy clearly is fucking insane.
yeah.
Right.
You have no idea
Now,
what those grenades even do.
Yeah, you
I
know what? The Mad Tinkerer might not even. I mean, he might at a glance, but just pulling them out, he's probably just pulling them out of some extra space area at random.
I would like to say before Melp gets here, he's mine. Don't try and break him.
I kind of have that effect on people without even trying, but I'll turn down the charm meter to a cool, crispy 7.
Okay, well, you're not gonna like it because if you're anything like my Tinkerer was, yeah. And then Melp walks in.
Yeah.
Yeah, Melp kind of walks in, and you can see it immediately. Like he's one of the C3 isekai. You can tell there are genetic traits like that your original body had, and that other variations of yourself that you've met
Uh huh.
and whatnot. But with him, it's not very pronounced. It's just very
Yeah.
subtle things.
Hmm.
So from what you,
40.
yeah,
Go ahead.
sorry.
He's probably gonna go.
40% genetic drift. Not much cyberware. Wow, you probably got beat with the shit out of the stick on a daily. Sucks to suck, bud.
And he just kind of looks at you. He's like, "You're the person we're supposed to be modeled after." He goes,
Yeah. I don't know how you guys got to that conclusion. I'm not really anything special.
he's like, eh, he's like, "Yeah, that's the whole point. Is we're supposed to. You've never come to the Tinkerverse. You've never shown even the slightest of interest in any of us." And like he's like, "If you don't mind my asking, but what what the fuck are you doing here?"
uh, well, I could ask the same question, but I already have the answer. So, I'll just answer your question instead. See how I did that? I dodged your question. It was all cute like. No, I'm here because you guys need to leave.
He's like, hey, he's like,
Really? That was your first clue. Great.
Mel's like, there's a little bit of a problem with that. Um, he goes, the the with the selenium's cracked and the drive is busted. He goes, I can't. He goes, everything I needed to fix it was on the was on the world ship.
Wow, that genetic drift really is getting you, isn't it? You know, do any of you guys have two cells to knock together like rocks to make flint and fire, and then, maybe use that fire to, kickstart a diesel generator, and then from there figure out how to refine more? You know what? This metaphor is getting away from me. Really, Shelinium? That's where. You know that's not even how this place was designed to be entered, right? Like, not even close?
Well, I was kind of just trying to make do with what I had. I didn't exactly have the highest quality. Besides, these engines don't they're not exactly they're not built like the engines that we use.
No, 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 no. No, okay, I've been looking at the patterns reading here. Listen, this is a very interesting petri dish. I left this place behind a long time ago, and you're really gonna be disappointed. But it's kind of like, whenever you take a piece of gum, and then you take it out of the wrapper, and then you chew the gum, and you eventually spit the gum out. But what do you do with the wrapper? You just kind of wherever, right? Well, that's kind of what this place is. I don't really. You guys I don't understand how you took a pocket dimension that I was meaning to have essentially cosmically vented, made it stable, which it shouldn't be, and then decided that you'd live in here.
They're clones of you. Why wouldn't they figure that out?
Yeah, but maybe I don't give myself enough credit.
Jesus fucking Christ. So, at what point are you going to produce the MacGuffin that we need to get the fuck out of here?
Well, Mr. Fourth Wall Break, I can do that too, because there is no MacGuffin in this second act of a third act story. Matter of fact, the Chekhov's gun was sitting with you all along. You kind of knew this whole person. What was your version called? Slef? Yeah, they were... what was Slef's favorite thing to do? Huh?
Besides throw grenades?
Well, you kind of hit it in one, but I mean, you can keep guessing.
So
I'm not guessing anymore.
Blow a hole.
Girl all around. Is that a thing?
Who said blow a hole? Who said blow a hole?
That was Oliver.
Absolutely! 200 points to the Bears! Show him what he fucking won! Fucking like, the whole point of this place is it was supposed to fucking decompress and use the outward momentum to push you through the slipstream. Once you're in the slipstream, you can drop into warp. And then from warp, you can drop into something akin to your normal travel. It's easy. Yes, young lady with the hand and the face.
Hi, I'm Besa. Big fan. Heard so much about you. You're kind of incredible. We should be best friends sometime if you decide to stick around, like outside of this universe. Quick question: what do we do with all the people that are in currently this universe? Do they just like cease to exist? That feels like genocide, and I don't think I like that. I mean, I might. Depends on the day. But I mean, what's your thoughts?
Now, okay, I have a question. When you fart on an elevator and leave people behind, whose problem is that?
The other people.
Damn right!
He goes, and I think Mel probably speaks up and he goes, first I'm going to say I need to say something. Before I interject something useful, I need to say something. I don't fucking like you, and I'm not sure why we were based off of you. Secondly, the other thing I want to know is, I figure it's probably relevant you should know that I have a suspicion that from what these people have found out, these guys with this Hell Knights are working with the Dominion of the Black, at least some of them are. And I know the Dominion of the Black has broke down almost as much of your technology as we have. That means they can travel through dimensions and time a little bit easier. I don't think they have it nearly what we got. I think they've learned the principles, but I don't think they have near as much of the materials. They they may not be dealing with your fart for long.
Sure, I don't really care. I don't really have any job out. Actually, you know what? Let me answer these in order. First of all, good. I'm not a role model. Why are you all trying to be me when I'm clearly the best me? I'm living my best life, bestie. Second,
He's like, I didn't really have a choice in the matter. He's like,
yeah,
I
the
was built this
circumstance
way,
of
damn
birth,
it.
yada yada.
Yeah.
We all saw the movie. Like, he's like, second, I don't really care how they deal with the fart in the elevator. I really like this metaphor. Fun one. I don't really care. My goal is expressly to get you out of the Tinkerverse.
And he's like, I think Melp throws up his hands like in frustration and walks the fuck away. He's just like, ah!
I just look at Zai and go,
man, crazy what passes for career these days.
Shaba just looks at Zai and is like, I want to keep him. He reminds me of Sleth. I'm getting happy memories.
You are muted, sir.
I said, while I too am amused by my friend being here, just to let you know, I like that one because he's like you in all the good ways and none of the bad ones. He is himself. And so far, the rest of them just want to be on your nuts. So give the man some credit.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
you know, he's like,
Maybe I'm being a little bit hard, but you understand. This is like if I put a mousetrap under a fridge, the mouse dies, and then it reanimates itself and starts walking around and propagating like an amoeba. It's fucking weird! Have you
It
looked
is
in the
weird,
mirror?
I'll give you that.
Look.
We lost about half
Yeah,
of
we.
that.
Yeah,
damn
we.
it. He's like,
Have you looked in the mirror for so long that the mirror looked back? I don't know what you want from me.
Nothing,
God
let's
damn
get
it,
out
I'm
of here.
so glad our Slef died. If this is what we had to look forward to, thank fucking God
existence
for
is
small
pain
mercies.
for us left.
Small fucking
Shit.
mercies.
So probably at this point, the Tinker is gonna hold up his finger and be like,
So, some weird dude calling himself, I don't know, the brown pants stain or something. No, the gray cardinal, that's what it was. He ended up,
I just hear a fuck you from Rowan in the other room. he's like,
he ended up giving me some kind of power. I've estimated that it should have enough explosive power to, well, you ever seen a tin can get shot through with a 44 round? It's gonna be what it's gonna do to us, but we're the 44 round and the universe is the tin can.
I think Dr. Talvono goes, that doesn't exactly sound healthy for the universe, but
Least of all yourself!
Jesus Christ.
I didn't. You're right. I didn't think to actually say that, did I? At some point, I would love to pick your brain. I so much I'd like to ask you. And it's like
Listen, you can pick your brain. You can pick your friends, but you can't pick your friend's brain. And I'm also not your friend.
So
I mean, I wouldn't mind picking your brain more physically, if you don't mind.
Yes, you with your hand up?
I would like to be friends. Can we?
I
would like to be
sorry, I don't really make friends with lesser life forms.
Bitch!
Meanwhile, you just hear this bucket unit be like, units closing in, ultimate destruction in T-5 minutes. And then just smooth jazz starts playing.
What the fuck is the bucket? Can we okay?
We have
its
one,
name is
but
Bucket.
it's not as high up level.
Yeah.
Are you friends with the bucket? I have a couple of
It's
questions.
not the
One-
bucket. Its name is Bucket, but it doesn't look like a bucket.
No, it looks like a
Okay.
mop bucket.
It looks
Like
like,
one
a
of the
mop
fancy
cart,
ones?
like the
mop cart.
carts. Yeah.
Okay.
With a grenade
So
launcher attached to it.
Yep.
I understand imminent destruction, but first off, you're friends with a bucket, but you can't be friends with me.
I'm
That's
not
a big
friends
fuck
with
you.
this thing.
I mean, what the
Excuse me?
fuck?
I'm not
Well,
friends with.
you,
I am offended that you assume I have friends. Thank you very much.
this is fair.
I'm
I
offended
accept
you
that.
have us
Uh, follow up. How the fuck do we get out of here within 5 minutes?
Well,
Sir and or madam, what are your pronouns? Do you
you know, my pronouns are death and doom. Second of
Do you
all,
And he like
That was
he
an
holds
old retread.
at that
That's
point, I'm
the
gonna be like,
second of
again,
all.
and at that point, I'm gonna be like, again, can you give me something a little less dramatic? That'd be great.
if I really have to put it into math, we are going to produce 16 billion kilojoules worth of energy that are going to be put behind this ship, putting us at a velocity of 17p. Now, 17p is, of course, relative to the gravitational pull of Ionia's 6, which is the most reasonable and rounded element that we could possibly be using for our equation. Now, if we go at a trajectory of 37.5 on the alpha vector, the beta vector is 27.3, we're going to be going through at least 3 different dimensions at once, so it's going to get a little fucky, just to let you know. But once we're going there,
and like probably at this point someone is cutting him off.
Trying to cut him off, but I didn't want to cut you off.
Yeah.
The best part about this is the only person who would understand half of what you said has already left the room in frustration with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like,
He's just like,
now that I've put it in plain and common English,
Hey, Oliver had like an intelligence of 24 or something like that, 26. He
You're
understands.
picking up that maybe like 10% of this is legitimate numbers. The rest is some sort of quasi magic
Most of us
bullshit.
are not average intelligence. Most of us are geniuses. So,
Yeah.
right. Even as intelligent as you is, trust me, I know a lot of you have intelligences of over 20, but the Mad Tinker is a little outside of what math is understandable.
Yeah.
to a normal mortal being.
He kind of looked at like theoretical math and went, "Oh, no, I'll just make that math fact." And then everything from there just easily got laid out for him.
God damn.
He's the new Euclid, god damn it.
I love it. I'm gonna cut you off and be like, okay, what do you just need to get started? Like, I don't care.
3 minutes and 54 seconds, guys.
Yeah, and like he's probably like,
okay, thank you. Someone is time prescient. I don't need anything from you to get this started.
and he kind of like moves this like mote of energy on his finger, and he goes,
This should provide roughly the amount of energy that we need to get the hell out of here. I just need to get to the back before they fire their torpedoes. And if my calculations are correct, they're loading them right now, and the ensign who's on the back of the torpedo just caught his hangnail on it, and now he has to go to medbay, but no one's really happy about it. So let's start walking.
We will start walking. And this face,
It sounds like you need to get back to the bridge because we're about to like go really
It was said
really
that there was one Sith whose mind was so powerful he did not need the Force to see the future. He could calculate it.
I love it.
Fucking Darth, not Plagueis, his master.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I do not know the name.
I can't
But no.
Darth Hydrangea.
Darth Hydrangea, yeah.
Yeah.
Darth
Yes.
Ficus.
Darth Calculus, it sounds like.
There we go. Yeah.
No, well,
Darth
I
Nostradamus.
So I guess I can't go with you. I gotta go prepare to like do things on the bridge. But you have a great time.
Well,
Do you
you
need
guys
Brian?
want to come in? Oh, no. I'm hitching a ride with you guys, whether you like it or not. If you guys want to catch the show, you can. Just note that you might hit the wall at such force that your internals turn into grape jelly.
I love that. I am not gonna. Thank you, though.
Yeah, your loss.
starts
at this time, I'm gonna go ahead and be like, I'm gonna give a thing. Is that cool?
Yeah, you probably want to announce to the crew before they all die of severe shock.
Attention!
Yeah, right.
Everyone to battle stations, strap in. We're about to break the laws of science and magic.
At that, you actually see a big fucking grin elicit from the Mad Tinker as you say, about to break the laws of science and magic, and he just chuckles to himself as he walks.
Darth
Well, the
Tenement's
funny
perfect.
the funny thing is though, is you walk by, and this maybe you find this a little trite because you're figuring that their experiences probably have to do with their dimensional travels. But
Yeah.
you see, there's a couple of crew members on their way to their stations that walk by you, like as you're like going to where you're gonna go set this thing
Mhm.
off. That was just like, and you hear them go, "Oh, again, break the laws of science and physics again."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just got used to looking out into this wherever the fuck this place is. And like there's just like the lower like grunt level of sort of bitching, and these people like don't understand what's about to happen. They're used to traveling through dimensions in ways they don't even fully understand. But
Yeah, they're
this
about
is
to
something
go
new.
through the dimensional rip.
Yeah,
Like
they
we're
they don't know
shooting a
what they're in
cannon
for.
through several sheets of paper. Like
Mm.
yeah, and he's walking very casually, probably with Zai in tow.
Right.
And he looks to the side and he sees one of the hula girls and goes,
Oh, got an infestation of hula girls. Real nasty. Hard to get rid of those.
as he like keeps walking.
No,
Can you fix
no,
it?
I
Can you
keep
make
them.
it
I keep
stop?
them as pets. It's fine.
Oh, you keep those as pets? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Kind of
I
goes
make sure
like
anytime we upgrade ships that I bring some on board.
That's like putting lice on your dog because you moved houses because of the lice. What?
Well, we
Uh,
don't move because of the lice. We just move.
Oh, and
Yeah.
you bring the lice with you because you're good guys. Okay, I get it. God, that's how you party out in that dimension. Weird.
Mm.
I'll make my
We
way
like-
to the bridge when the captain made the announcement to strap in.
Yeah, you
That's,
should
that's where
probably
I
be
have
on
to
the
work.
bridge. You'll be at the like battle station next to Ashira. You can be her help role.
Yeah,
Now,
I've been
Xander,
helping her.
so Xander, what is your reaction to the fact that the Mad Tinker is on the ship? Like you and your research has come across the Mad Tinker a few times in some of the more obscure like readings and whatnot too. Like they had like some of the stuff you got off of Octurne and some of the stuff you got in the temporal past and what have you.
Like, I want to compare notes, but he's like, we're being rocket launched somewhere else, so I guess I'll wait till compare
Yeah.
notes till later.
Right
I
on.
bet he has
By
a
the
jack.
way, the bucket unit has decided to follow you guys up to the bridge, and it has not stopped playing smooth jazz.
Oh,
Just
God.
letting you know.
It also doesn't seem to have
Uncomfortable.
it doesn't seem to have the same level of AI VI
Yeah.
as you would expect for a mechanics drone. It is clearly lacking that.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can you
Like
like
a fucking-
convince your bucket to change genres?
Probably over comms, he just goes,
Nope, she likes smooth jazz and she refuses to change. You would not believe how many MP3s I have downloaded to this thing. Wave files, rip files, none of them work.
Wow.
Jesus.
Got neat. I'm walking up with you, by the way, because I'm going to the bridge. So over comms
Okay.
would have been
nice.
so.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like, why do you do it over comms? Like I just
Yeah,
like I
you
feel
are-
like you're
Oh, I
just
thought
crazy.
that you were. Yeah, okay.
And you
Mm-mm. No.
and sure you're going back to the bridge too, right?
Oh,
Or are
yeah.
you
100%.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So you guys get back to the bridge and like you get back and like your sensor crew people look up at you like shit, and they're like
Oh, shit.
yeah, and they're like
That's usually a good
they're getting close. Like one of them, Plu is just smiling benignly, standing up on the standing on the captain's chair because the rest of you all went downstairs. So she
I love
went to
that.
the shuttle bay. So
I
he's
love.
been up here like, I'll help. I'll just watch the bridge, and he's just like,
I
but that literally seems to be all he's doing. He's not really paying much attention.
I love the idea of Plu playing captain while the captain is gone. It's adorable.
Yeah,
Actually,
he's just,
Yeah,
Yeah,
y'all
he's
get
not-
y'all
He has a
finally get to
ridiculous
the
brain.
bridge, or are
Yeah.
you still talking in the hall?
yeah, they get to the bridge. Yeah,
Y'all get to the bridge. Lee's looking at you guys. Okay, do you have a trajectory so we don't get blown up?
yeah, because they
Take all
are
the fun out of it.
Yeah, because they're like at
Oh,
this
and then
point.
he'll add, "Oh God, you brought it with you."
Well,
no, the Tinker is actually going to the engines.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, actually, you get a. Can you guys hear me right now?
Yeah, that makes
Yes,
sense.
we can.
Yes.
yeah,
We can hear
you.
you. Just can't see you.
Hello?
Yeah,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay. Yeah, that was weird. My camera has decided to die, so I'm not gonna try and turn it back on while I'm talking. But yeah, you get a Lee almost as if like right as you ask that question, you get a feed of just coordinates that almost look alien to you. Like you know like the fields to punch in like 5 of these like 30 coordinates. And like most of them have that little wiggly line by them of like roughly this, you know what I mean?
tildes.
Yeah, tildes right by them, you know?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, also it says make sure that you're brewing a pot of coffee, but you're only halfway through brewing it.
Ashira, get on that.
You know how to respond to that.
Sure, brew that pot of coffee.
What the
It's
shit?
vital.
It's
We
vital.
have people
I take
for
that
that.
back. I
We
take that
have-
back. Rec, I need you to brew a pot of coffee.
I
Clue
love
will,
Rex
Clue will do
so
it.
much.
Well, I don't
Yeah, I
know
think-
rightly
I know,
why
I'm
I
gonna
should
miss
do
them.
that, but I guess I'll do it anyway.
Well, you have Plu right there, and Plu
Rec
would be
is
happy.
somewhere
to do
else.
that.
Wait, do we have a coffee maker on the bridge? Please tell me we have a coffee maker on the bridge.
We should.
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
it's
Yes.
I was
probably
gonna
a
say,
Ashira's
we should.
Space
Yeah,
Keurig.
I was gonna say.
No,
with
you do.
this-
You
with
do
this
have a
crew, I
coffee
can-
maker.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because the Mad Tinkerer wouldn't have had it that you needed to have half a cup of coffee brewed, or half a coffee pot brewed. If you didn't have one on the bridge, he would have just had some other eventuality.
I think I understand exactly why he needs us to have that pot of coffee brewed. But I will save it because it is that vital. If anybody knows, it could throw the whole equation off.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Very smart.
Twinkle, this is something you might actually be more aware of than anybody else because you actually did some time traveling as a captain, so you're probably much more aware of like, yeah, we might. That sucks, but we might want to just go with it because
He's probably leaning
Causality-
over. He's like, "Hey, this one is actually in reference to this one, right? That coordinate right there. So this you ignore unless." Hey, what's our ballast tanks at? Oh, okay. No. You ignore this for the moment, but these
Yeah.
two you need to take into account over here. The rest of them, I don't got a fucking clue. I think this
Yeah,
one has something to do with up trim. This, I think, is angle of attack, but we're in a spaceship. How do you calculate that? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, and like probably Wathaki is over your shoulder, just like, yeah, I know that number is bigger than that number.
Don't you do this for like a
Boy.
living?
Yeah, but I do it more on like feel.
Yeah, but you remember that time that you were able to warp us and like 16 Caprani out from underneath that mortar round?
Can I be honest with you? Total blind luck.
What? The Twinkle's taken aback. Like, what?
welcome.
You said you knew what you were doing.
Well, there were 2 eventualities. Either I knew what I was doing and we got out of there, or I didn't, and it was no one's problem.
True.
God.
Before you shoot yourself retroactively, will somebody tell me whether I should slap the button or not now?
yeah, there's
Slap the button. Slap the button.
Yeah.
Please slap the button.
And probably on your console readout, literally as you're saying it, it is quoting you. Before you shit yourself retroactively, will someone tell me should I hit the button, slap the button or not? Actually, no, it says hit, and then you say slap, and it backspaces and says slap the button.
like fucking.
What is this? What the fuck is this, you guys? Jesus.
Button
Amazing is what
slapped.
this
He's
is.
really good.
This is
Bam.
what happens when you make an omnipotent, omniscient slap.
Yeah. This is what happens when you take math and science too far. Yeah.
This is what happens when you're level 35.
And probably what happens is you see the Tinkerer in the back at the engines. He sees Ryan. He goes,
Hey, kid. you ever push a ship so fast it goes through dimensions? And I mean dimensions, not just dimension.
No.
No, but I'm quite sure we're going to find out.
Absolutely, first time for everything. Hey, write this shit down. You might make a good book out of it.
And he takes his fucking orb and he goes,
Now I'm gonna need you to juice that to 250 powers or 250%. You're gonna crack your manifold. Hell, we might die of radiation. But you know what? I just figured I'd do sleeve math on that one. You ready?
Oh my god.
Let's go.
yeah.
Oh my fucking god.
And as this ship powers up, this like orb
Scared
fucking
alive.
starts to like destabilize and
Okay.
crackle like one of those plasma balls that they have in glass at cheap novelty stores. And the manifold begins to warp and melt in on itself, and it cracks open, and he closes one eye, and he goes,
Well, I don't know if I did this part right, but
and he just like pushes his finger forward. The
Boy.
orb gently and slowly floats into it, and before you know it, the ship slams, right? Everyone inside is seeing like quintuple of themselves, like
Oh.
phasing in and out with
Need a drink?
transparency layers. The
No,
coffee
this is
maker
bad.
is dripping in reverse as it refills and then pours out a full cup of coffee. The entire ship sounds like it's being torn apart. Somewhere, somehow, you think you hear a hula girl rattling, and before you know it, as if it had never even happened, boom! Whatever condition the ship is in, it is out of the Tinkerverse.
And let me get a piloting roll from Lee with an and you can make some kind of roll, Twinkle, to help because you already role played that you were trying to help. Give me like you can make a piloting check or you can make some kind of intelligence check if you have a relevant skill. Physical as
Did I
physical
mention
science would
skill
do.
monkey?
Yeah.
Can I also do the captaining check? Like just an automatic +2 to be like, you're doing a great job!
I only have a plus 30 in piloting.
Sure.
And then Lee gets an additional +2 because he's doing a great job.
Sure. We'll let you roll on that.
Oh, am I supposed to roll something?
Jesus.
Yeah, you got to roll to see if you're able, if you actually help.
What do I roll?
I'm treating this as a basic help roll. I would allow you to use. Piloting, physical science, or even diplomacy, since you specifically said you were doing it from a captain thing. So
Yeah, hold on. Oh, 1d8. Plus the 2. It's a 48.
awesome. All right. So the stellar flare comes flying out of the out of like this sort of like in between like warp faster than light crazy travel and interdimensional whatever, and comes flying out at like massive speed, right towards a like trajectory headed right towards like Patella. But Lee, you're like with Twinkle, sitting beside you, like giving you like the hammering, the like helping you figure the coordinates, and Vesa, what does it look like with you helping? Like you're doing diplomacy and stuff. So what does that
It's
look
just
like?
I'm gonna be like in the captain's seat, and I'm just like, you're doing great. You got this. You totally have this. We're not gonna die. You're doing a spectacular job. None of us are gonna fucking die because you're amazing. Did you know you're amazing? And I'm trying to like keep the panic back.
Failing
Right.
masterfully.
What we see, and maybe we get the close-up shot, like as you guys are like hurtling what looks like uncontrollably towards Patella. We see like Lee's face, and we hear like Twinkle's voice, like talking about the equations, and your voice encouraging, and you like get that deal where like the sound effects tell us that this is sort of like being sort of permeated and integrated into into Lee's thoughts, as you sort of like absorb the stuff that's going on perfectly well, and looking directly at the planet, looking at the controls and what power you have left, because the power is fluctuating right now. Like that was a lot to push through the system, and there's like, and it's like you come out and the power, like all the power everywhere on the ship is just sort of like fluctuating in and out, and you're watching the power and like just that encouragement of you can do it, and that okay, these numbers here, that number there, and watching the panels, like we see all of this focus on Lee's eyes, and then like the close up on the face, and then we pan out in time to see, like in time to see you like pull, like hit a few buttons and pull on the yoke, and or whatever it is that the controls look like for you, and like the stellar flare, like you manage to fire maneuvering thrusters on the front into this ship, and like get them, time them out where they have some enough power, and then you use the thrusters, like the maneuvering thrusters in various like successions while you have power, as as you kind of like change the angle and manage to bring yourself wide of the planet instead of directly over it. But you come around in a kind of a neat spin almost. It takes you, you manage to gauge it just right on the maneuvering thrusters, that when you come out on the other side, you're still pointing relatively forward, in relative to where you, like the direction you were going, but you kind of do a little bit of a spin as you sort of like go around the planet, you know, as you bring yourself wide and come to a stop. And you are now above Patella. You'll still need to do the work to put yourselves in orbit, and get the power systems back on the right. Ryan, in the like, and there's probably like places where the panels of like are shooting electricity out, or smoke or whatever. It's like you can, that typical Star Trek thing. Oh shit, there's a lot of damage going on and stuff's blowing out. There's plenty of relays that blew. Ryan, like where you're at, like you've managed to let me get an engineering check from you there. And you can even use help from Kolnak.
Sounds good.
Okay, 1 second. Kolnak Forge Core. There you go.
It's a hell of a help roll.
Die! We did not die, you guys!
All right, awesome. So like maybe there's this scene where like you're like the core is was under so much stress, it looks like it's going to crack, but like maybe there's a scene like Kolnak is like probably like, oh, the core's about to crack. There was way too much energy. I'm attempting to harmonize the static fields to keep it together. It was like and it's like like that should buy you some time to get the stable. That should give you some time to get the you know that should give you some time to reroute some of the excess, so we can drain some of that power off.
And like right behind you, you hear the door open to the engine bay, and the Tinkerer walks in as if he had never even been in the Tinker or in the engine bay with a cup of coffee, and he goes,
"Hey kid, you did pretty good. If you ever want a job, come to me after you blow up your first planet."
And he hands you the cup of coffee.
I knew it.
Ryan takes it.
And then he goes,
"All right, tell the rest of these hosers that they're hosers. Deuces!"
And just opens up a dimensional door and just walks right through it.
Right? Nice.
All right, bitch, bye. God.
Bitch, bye.
But that leaves you guys above. Above Patella, and it leaves you like a with your ship. You're still gonna. It's gonna take a while to like deal with some of the damage to the systems and whatnot. But you
Hey.
like now that you're back and you have Xander 1 and you have,
Oh yeah, we still have a bot in a box.
I have a question. Yeah, did we got Xander 1, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you did. You managed to negotiate successfully for Xander 1.
Okay, I wasn't
Yeah,
here for that,
crazy.
so I don't think.
Yeah.
I still don't like how easy it was.
I think it was like maybe 15 minutes before you jumped on last week that they managed to successfully negotiate it.
Right.
But
I told one of them the truth, and they were like, "Okay."
well, there was a lot of like really high diplomacy rolls too. So
It is
yeah.
what I've tried to be good at.
That's fair.
And
They
face
were-
this better.
They were suspicious, but having genetic material from any version of the Mad Tinker is a thing they were really into.
Right. If you make too many copies.
I've never mind. About to say something slightly inappropriate. Never mind.
Yeah.
I would like to congratulate everybody on doing a good job with that tonight.
Terrifying.
And you guys have time to work out and sort out whatever you are needing to wanting to sort out.
Okay. Like, as soon as we pop in and after Tink leaves and I'm like, okay, bitch, bye, then the shit kind of gets real and I'm like, oh fuck, we fucking survived for real. And I'm gonna go over to Lee and I am going to hug you so tight. And you might not want this, but I'm giving you the fucking hug anyway, so deal with it.
He's gonna hug back.
I love it.
He has a
like,
slide.
fucking
If this
in
is
your
fucked
chair,
up,
yeah.
he's pretty sure it was his fault.
Nah, this is great. This is great. You did great. You did great. Just like,
Twinkle's
you're on
sitting
the
there
bridge
thinking,
too, right?
huh? I wonder if I should tell Xander about this.
What?
Xander's on the bridge.
Tell me about what?
Oh, I was talking
fact
to
that-
myself. Just
Okay.
yeah, he didn't actually say that out loud. He was thinking to himself that.
Yeah.
But no, we still haven't had that. I'm gonna say at this point, let's let sleeping dogs lie with Shaba. I'm gonna just pretend it never fucking happened.
Oh, well, we were going to get to that. At least I was going to try to get to that. But we don't have to.
Shaba and I have been giving each other stink eye like for a minute.
Yeah,
you should read the chat.
You guys have fun.
Oh, yeah.
You guys have
You
fun.
dirty. They were giving each other all kinds of dirty looks throughout the like conversation with the Mad Tinker.
I think
I'm
Xander
going
needs
to-
to meet himself. Doctor,
There's
we're
just
going to meet you.
well, I was gonna say there's just gonna be like an intercom thing where Oliver's just like, attention, all crewmen. If you are having an upset stomach or any side effects of transdimensional travel, you can come see me, but I won't do anything for you. Get over it.
Fuck off, Bear.
Fuck off, Bear.
I love
And then
Bear.
on the leaders channel, just like the leaders, he's like, except if you guys are having issues, let me know.
Oh,
I'll
I take
document
that back.
spirits and do what I can.
My
Then
bad for
Fresh
jumping
gets
the
on
gun.
after that, and he's like, "I'll take everybody that he doesn't."
The suck it up
Oh,
treatment.
he just doesn't want the whole ship coming to him, so he's just gonna get that announcement out of the way now.
You have several subordinates, and Zenfaresh, there's like 20 doctors on this ship. Literally, 20 doctors.
And they'll handle it.
Even
But don't come to burn.
Yeah, fucking Dr. Telvono has already started making the rounds to check on people because he didn't have to be told to do that. He was just like, it's just something he does. And he's like, there's
Yeah,
and
Hippocratic
Ashira is
oath and
aware
that.
of, Ashira and Vesa are aware of like why he is circumspect about doing that shit. He's making up for his past sins or trying to.
Yeah.
I have
because
horrible
you
news
both
for that man.
know.
Yeah, horrible
Yeah.
news.
You know.
Well,
Okay, so everyone that wants to see Xander meet himself, come with me now.
Okay.
Yes, you with your hand up.
Yes, I want to go. Oh,
Jesus
I said
Christ.
come with me now. I didn't say you had to raise your hand to come. Let's just go.
I know I'm excited, but when you say that, she's just like, ooh, 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 ooh. I can just see this bullshit go
Why
down.
don't you bring
What do you
pork
think,
chop? This
Withaki?
seems like
Think
an
we should go
emotional
have
support
fun?
day.
Like Kowalski from Welcome Back Kotter.
This
Looking at
seems
it.
very invasive for a meeting of the original. Whatever.
What? Do you want to lay down the red carpet? We have some. Let's go to the heck
Oh,
for it. Will it make you
excited.
feel better? Where do you want to be when you meet yourself for the first time?
Withaki, you think
It's
we should
not
do this, or we have
myself.
something
It's
better to do?
the original. It doesn't matter where we do it. It's just he has information we need.
We should have a dinner. Let's do a dinner. That'd be great. Let's do a dinner. We're
No,
alive. I'm
it's
really
not
fucking
that
excited.
big a deal.
How
It's
about the
just
brig?
Xander, shut up. I love you. It's a big deal. We're gonna have a fucking dinner because we survived.
I mean,
And
does anybody think that Xander 1 might turn out to be more like Loyalty 0?
I mean, we'll just
Maybe
fucking
we should
shoot
do
in the
this in the
theaters.
brig?
Wait, maybe he's the opposite of our Xander, and he'll be,
Violent and stupid?
focused. Well, I was gonna say focused and not forgetful.
Ow.
Okay, so
He looks at Xander. That sounds like it hurt.
maybe we just have a dinner and then prepare to shoot the other Xander if shit gets fucking real. I just want to eat. We lived. I'm fucking stoked about it. I love you, motherfuckers. I'm feeling a world of emotion right now.
Oh,
And
You know
And-
who we could really use right now? Nurx. She was a gourmet chef.
yeah, well, now we just have a replicator. So sorry about you.
Well, there are other people that can cook too.
Okay.
Anyway, let's get some food. I like this idea, but it's gonna be super amusing because we're gonna put his pot on top of one of the tables, and then we'll just open it and be like, "Hey, there's food." Sit down. Let's talk.
Why don't you just bake a cake around it?
Do we want to waste that kind of time? Also, attention all crewmates that are currently doing repairs. You're doing a kick-ass job. You will get hazard pay for this week. Thank you from King's Eye and the rest of us on the Stellar Flare.
Isn't all our pay technically hazard pay?
Well,
yes.
Yeah, you guys already get bonuses. I mean, you're definitely not making normal lieutenant colonel's pay.
And like I'm gonna like add on to your shit and be like, by the way, there's gonna be dinner if you guys want to take like a 5-minute break. I'm inviting everybody to see this shit happen.
Okay, well that means we need to make much more food than I had originally planned. But good thing we're in the galley.
I'm sorry.
All right. We send a signal to Patella and have, the Tempest meet us so Twinkle can have a ship.
Yeah.
What? You don't want my ship? You can have my ship. Just kidding.
Your ship is slow.
I know.
Yeah, I guess we're
Big
home
girl.
too.
Yeah, you could call for the Fireshrike if you wanted.
Well, that wasn't actually what I was talking about. She knew what I was talking about.
I do.
'cause her eyes went cross.
Yep, I'm fucking there. I hate that looks like my eyes are crossed. It's because my glasses are like really fucking big.
I know. I like them.
Thank you.
Now, it's up to you. I say, there are other people that I would trust with a ship if you want to step down at this point. Also, before that can happen, you still have to see Wreck off.
Wait. We've decided we're replacing Vesa?
Oh, I'm sorry. You were otherwise occupied when that happened. Vesa wanted to stop being captain while we were in the Tinkerverse, and I was like, no, you have to be in your home reality before you can just quit. That doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to leave the ship, but she wants to have the carefree life of someone that isn't responsible for 100 people.
Well, it's not so much that I don't mind being captain. The problem is I have let these people down, and they don't trust me anymore, nor should they, because I made some bad choices. So I sent my resignation to Zai, and he said when we got back, then he would honor it. So I think that
I
was
give you the option.
Yeah.
But
I
boss, everyone on board the bridge with me right now, and Shaba, I hope you're there, who has murdered people, raise their hand.
Slinks down in my chair.
All right. All right.
Gonna
All of us that have felt bad for it at least once, raise their hand. Not so many as you can see, but what I'm telling you is we've all done bad things. And as far as being let down, uh, I don't know. Um, I'd say that the crew would still follow you to their deaths. In fact, they almost did while you were still captain. But I
Yeah.
turn and look at Ashira, who's, on her computer playing some random game, um, and go, but not everyone can handle being a captain. And I understand that. I wouldn't like to do it most days, but, the gods hate me.
Okay. Well, I
By
don't
the
know
way,
if.
if you do step down, I'm going to change the name back to the other name.
Oh no, no, then I won't. But if rewinding,
That's
bitch,
all
you
it took.
got me.
Ha!
That's all it
Ha!
That
fucking
works.
took. It's real.
Okay.
No, I think like as we come back in and realizing that, I'm going to be like, listen, I don't know if these people are ever going to trust me again. And once they truly stop trusting me, it will be time to stop.
Okay.
Um,
Maybe.
Actually, what's funny is because of how you did this, we can actually do this right now. Attention, everyone here. Who doesn't trust Vesa anymore? We're back home, and no one's going to find you at fault for this. Just a raise of hands.
Never mind.
And you can transfer to another ship. It's fine. Notice how there are
Yeah,
very few people that raise their hand, like maybe 5 or 6, and then Wreck, of course.
that's really sweet.
I think
Even though I murdered a bunch of people, it's really sweet.
Right.
I think well, uh, Rek is already like getting on the
Yeah, he's
shuttle to
packed.
go back. He's packed to go. He's like
That's
he's
Right
fair.
now, he doesn't quite get to leave like that, sir. Wreck has been a part of our lives for a really long time, and he still needs that sort of farewell moment as he leaves the ship.
I don't.
well,
I think this is Rex saying he doesn't want that.
well. I think
Well,
I think part of it is well. He probably let's rewind and have a flashback scene here because it feels like this
okay.
is a conversation that needed to happen at some point. I think Rek probably this is maybe like while you guys were waiting to negotiate, and Rek probably came to you and it's like this probably like well. Due to recent events, you know well where I stand. I cannot continue along to support an organization that is as comfortable with casual murder as this organization has seemed to be for quite some time. I thought it would be a little better once Slef was gone. Things change and what have you. Then I thought
For a
maybe
while.
once Merch was gone. He seemed a little. He seemed like a bad influence, and I thought, well, maybe if Shaba was gone. And I come to realize people come to this place because they are the type of person that can be okay with that sort of casual murder when it meets their agendas. He goes, and justice is about more than just getting revenge. It's about more than just killing the bad guys for the sake of killing them. Everybody deserves a chance to. I know there's an argument to be had that those folks had no souls. We don't know that we couldn't have got them back. We never even discussed or talked about the possibility of trying. He says, we've never tried, we've never once had a discussion about how the, we've never once had a discussion about anybody being savable other than perhaps Slef. And that one ended weird anyway.
You make good points on all of it, my friend.
Says, says,
You've been incredibly loyal for an incredibly long time, even though the things that happen on this ship aren't your cup of tea. And if you're going to Patella to stay, there's work that you could do there that you'd be great at, and I trust you to keep it clean.
He's like, I think he's like, I'm not sure where I'm going to end up after all of this, but I'm not dumb either. I know what the stakes are. Everything undone, there ain't no place to go if everything's undone. So I'll fight by your side because I'm used to fighting by your side. And, well, might as well, might as well. If it's the end of me, it's the end of me. And then, there it is. If it's
Mm.
not the end of me, well, then the universe saved and I'll find a place somewhere else in it to do some kind of good. He says, but I'm not going to bail with the universe at stake. My moral objections aside from my moral
Oh,
objections to the methods aside utilized by this crew, this organization aside, I could die along people I've counted as friends, but have to part ways with, or I could die among strangers that share that might share my sense of common justice. Well, you're friends, and if we're all gonna die, I'll at least die amongst you, because maybe there'll be a lot less tears that way, I suppose.
mm.
In any case, I'm here for the fight. I just won't probably be on working with particular individuals during this fight.
Okay.
And
When we get back, you'll be reassigned.
he says, yeah, he says I would appreciate that. When we
Would
uh,
you
when we get
like
back,
Twinkle's ship? He seems to have the most moral compass amongst us.
Am I here for this?
No, this is all
um,
private.
Okay.
You'll get
he's like,
talked to about it after this. I
he's
mean, it
like,
has to happen that way.
he's like, I
Because
might
I need to
consider
have a
that.
conversation with the captain too.
He's like, I might be okay with that. Let me think
Mm.
about it. But when we get back to Patella, I'd like to go down to the planet and get some things in order. I'd rather we not make a big I'd rather we not make a big thing out of it. I don't want people to feel uncomfortable about me leaving, and honestly, I don't really have rightly know what I could even say to make it polite. If you ain't got nothing nice to say.
I love it. Okay, so as he goes to leave, can Twinkle be trying to knock on the door?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, no. Will enter, see Rec leave, nod, come in, shut the door behind him, and go,
All right, let me have it.
that was a wild ride.
Yeah, I have to admit, I'm glad he's already gone. I forgot how much it took to be drunk and be Slow's best friend all the time.
I
I don't
suppose
drink
that's
that way anymore.
I suppose that's for the good of everybody.
Hmm.
Was that he says, nodding towards the door, good or bad news?
Oh, well, he's eventually going to leave us, but he's a good friend. And even though a whole bunch of shit that he's not happy about has happened, he's going to wait until this is all over before he goes. But I'd like him reassigned to your ship because between all of us, you have the best moral compass.
Yeah, this I
Is this
picked
where
up
you tell me not anymore? What happened in time you haven't told me about?
Commodore?
Yes, sir.
No. Zai. I don't know what this is anymore, he says, motioning around to the ship. The planet, you being a king, any of it. I'm going to be sticking around to see this through. But after that, I I can't stay here. I'm going to take the Tempest and anyone who wants to go. And I'm gonna leave. Assuming we're not all dead.
Yeah, you still have the Araldus Guild.
Mm.
But I don't know if you've revealed that to Zai yet, so.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So.
I think he would know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he would know about the Araldus Guild, but if you ask him, go ahead.
Did you tell him that it turned out that you were the founder?
Oh no, just that we.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
I guess he would have.
Yeah. So you did. Okay. Well, then that would be stuff. I just want to make clear what Zai does know and doesn't know about the situation.
Yeah. Let's say he would know.
Yeah.
At the moment that you say that, I sit back down and I pour myself a drink and I take it all down. And I look at you and I go, I know. I also know who else is going to leave when all this is done. And it's most of us. This Captain's Eye, or the King of Patella, just won't be there anymore. If my plan goes down correctly, I'll take Shaba with me, and we'll see what happens. But past that, this has been enough to break almost everyone in ways that none of us want to remember. This is the war that we never wanted to be in, and we're fighting now. Because I can tell you right now, I'd still be happy if it was me and Nahir on a shuttlecraft, doing nothing and getting drunk with Kolnak. But I will miss you. And we'll see what happens. First, we have to survive.
That much is true. Figured I would get it out in the open now as opposed to then. But I'm sorry to make it hard on you.
It won't make it hard on me, friend. And I don't mean that wrong either. You always take me so seriously. You will be missed, and it would be hard to replace you. But I'm not going to have to worry about that part either.
Oh, you don't need to worry about me. I'm not that kind of person.
But until the end of things, I'd like wreck on your ship.
Trust me. Wherever we go, anybody who wants to come, that's fine. Oh, and I'm gonna let you know you're not gonna lose me to the Araldus Guild. Let's just say a couple millennia of, couple thousand millennia, I guess, of, time. I mean, really puts some distance between some things. That's not really my place.
Oh, yeah.
But, we may cross paths again.
Yes. And just think, in the next universe, we're already done with this and we're all still happy.
Or we're all dead. Shear's okay.
Well.
I just need to restart my stream real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me a second.
Yeah, Twinkle knows better than anyone that there are some universes where you're all there.
Only in the best universes are there Captain's Eye in the first place.
Hey.
Hey, there she is.
Hey, there we are.
I had to shut stream down to fix this. So let me bring that up.
Rotating cameras here tonight.
Yep.
Right.
Well, that's good though. I like when we're all, at least most of us are on here.
Yeah, it looks good.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
But
awesome.
So he goes, yeah. I think it's time I went and ruined somebody else's day, he says with a wink. And he leaves.
Yeah. Alright.
So now we flash back to Ford.
So is there a they're in a is there anybody else that needs a particular scene? Or are we going to waking up Xander 1? How does that look? What's the next thing on the
There
agenda?
is literally a feast all around the capsule that Xander 1 is in, and people eating around there, and we push the button.
Oh, I love this.
Just so we
I-
know, when he wakes up, Xander is in the corner shaking his head. It's like, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Really?
Kind of
Brian's like, this is
disrespectful.
a reverse wake.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
well, the lid of the capsule opens and you don't see anyone pop. He doesn't seem to get up and come out. You hear a
Mm.
bzzzt, tick, bzzzt,
Dr. Byrne, this is your specialty.
tick,
Can you
bzzzt,
turn it on and wait 10 seconds and
tick.
see if it reboots?
I'll I don't know. This is a pure Android. What
Yeah,
are you
it's an
going with?
android.
Not a character.
Yeah, it's an
Yeah.
android. You can you
This
Um,
could
is Xander.
you could still work on an android because it's got
yeah,
biosynthetics. You know.
right. So yeah, I'll take a quick check at him. Since it's still a living creature, I can use my med lab, which would give me the nat the nat 20 plus the thing, right? Life science, and then
Well, that's for
it's.
identifying, but clearly
Oh,
you're
okay. Yeah, I'll make.
looking at it. You can confirm that this is an android.
Well, would I
But
be able to
yeah,
do some mysticism on this here,
I mean,
Boyd? He seems like a
well,
pretty mystic.
Well,
hold on.
I
just to
think
get
all I
like.
need to do is be up and wave at it and recognize the same
Well,
signature.
Right. That's
give
how I
me
know what it is. I just how do I? What can I do to make him fit work?
give
Because it seems like he's having trouble booting.
give me a medicine check here.
Okay. Let me know if that goes through.
Awesome. So you're pretty sure that with a little bit of help from maybe with Kolnak, from maybe with a little bit of help from Kolnak or Ryan or even Vector, somebody with some engineering skill, you
Yeah,
could
Vector
probably
should be the first one that's here for that.
get him
That's his
back.
specialty.
You could probably get him back up, back up and going. But you can't do it here. You're gonna have to do it in the med lab, and it's gonna take some time. See, like whatever is going on with Xander 1, it's gonna take you a minute to, it's gonna take you a minute. Like there's some biosynthetic stuff that is not functioning correctly that you're gonna have to like maybe regrow some, take some samples and regrow some cell structure to graft on and what have you here and there.
Oh,
There's like a
yeah.
little bit. There's obviously there's some mechanical stuff with like the brain and whatnot that linking the brain back to like the sort of the nervous system and what have you. And there's a number of like little things here and there. The sound that it's making um, is very definitely, you can tell that there is some sort of disconnect between the between its more mechanical elements with its voice and its more organic elements. So you'll be able to you'll be able to get it done. It's just going to take you a little bit of time. You're going to have to work at it, have a little bit of help, with some of the more mechanical aspects.
I'll probably bring in Xander because with similar bodies, I can. He probably knows a lot about his own structure, and he
Right.
would
At
be
the
a good
very least, we
reference
should
for
be
a
able to
lot of
like
the.
link them together.
Well, yeah, you could
Yeah.
definitely tell a lot about Xander one's like body structure from just observing and running tests on Xander. Um, you know,
That he's
um,
superior in every way. Xander
like
1 is
being
just a
able
much
to
better
be,
robot.
having Xander handy gives you a great baseline to work from. Plus, if there's anybody that he's likely going to have any kind of connection or any kind of knowledge of, recognition of, it might be, Xander. So
Yeah.
Yeah, Xander, this is your brother.
That was my great 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 grandfather.
Yeah, but it's just gonna
Several
take.
more great, but yeah, I hang out with Oliver.
13,000 of them.
So the yeah, so you've got the you guys do have the feast in front of you. You're gonna have to move the move Xander one. Probably easiest if you're moving him in the capsule, but you can do it however you want. But you're gonna have to move him to the med lab to bring him back.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll get him to the med lab.
All right. Are you gonna eat first, or are you going to do that? Just go ahead and take care of that. Start getting working on
Oliver
it.
is a bear, sir. I eat once a month.
Okay.
Lots of
And
money.
then when you eat,
I'm
you
just
eat a
kidding. No,
lot.
I've already
And then
eaten.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, I've already eaten probably.
All
And
right.
after all that dimensional travel, don't think he's gonna really want to eat anymore, anyways.
Xander, are you gonna eat before you go to the med bay with Oliver, or to go straight away with?
Oh, I thought the feast was a waste of time anyway, so let's go, Oliver. I get you.
All
What?
right.
Are you fucking kidding? But this was for you, motherfucker. I'm just kidding.
That was great.
Well, your all of your NPCs appreciate it, and like your command level crew NPCs for the most part appreciate it.
Xander just does not. Xander is an unappreciative jerk. But that's okay because I've neglected our relationship and I understand.
Loyalty grabs a couple of rolls on the way out. He's got stake in being there when Xander one is brought to, but he's hungry, so he grabs a couple of rolls and a couple of dinner rolls and maybe like maybe like some easy to grab and go food, some shit that he can grab and take with him. he's like God, always never. He's grumbling a little bit. It's kind of incomprehensible, but you can kind of get the gist of it. That he wanted to sit down and eat, but now it's go do stuff again. It's
You can
just
totally stay and eat.
oh, he
But he won't.
he won't. He's got stake in it too, because the whole
Yeah,
fucking
he gets to shoot Xander in the face.
he's tied. Well, he's tied to the whole Xander thing anyway, whether he likes it or not. He doesn't, for the record, obviously, but um, but yeah, he kind of follows along. But it's gonna take you guys. It's gonna take you guys several hours. It might take you. Give me. This. Let me see something here. So, 1d12. Oh, says it's gonna take.
Can I have a conversation with Twinkle before they leave? Like during dinner?
Yeah, you can definitely do that.
Okay. So maybe like before the pod opens and everything. I'm sitting by you for dinner, by the way, Twinkle.
What's up?
And I'm gonna like very casually be like, Rec left because of me because I'm a bad person.
Oh. I mean, that's true, but
I was trying to think about.
Technically, Rick left because a lot of people have done a lot of evil shit, and he's actually a good aligned character.
Yeah.
How
He
is
should not have
Twinkle's
stayed this
acting
long.
chaotic good? Twinkle, in fact, is chaotic neutral, at least according to. That's probably why he was sticking
Explains
around.
why you and I don't get along.
What do you mean?
I'm also chaotic neutral.
So wouldn't we get along a little better then?
Not necessarily.
I am flip flop.
Well, so
I'm
then at
chaotic
least
in all
there's.
the ways you're not.
Okay. I mean,
No, at least in a lot of them.
a lot of people could call Twinkle on his hypocritical bullshit, because when the chips are down, he behaved a lot like that.
Yeah.
And now that it's
True.
easy, or was easy for a time, he's, Anyway, so, probably, So, what are you gonna do?
I can't make him stay.
No,
I
you
can't prove
can't.
that I'm gonna be a good person.
But that doesn't mean he's going to go away forever. Especially if things do change.
I think I'd like them to. I think I'd like to see a counselor. Like, for real. Maybe
Well,
work some of this out.
I know a pretty damn good one.
With
But
Aki.
if you would rather see somebody else, that's just fine. Not every counselor is good for every patient. Do you have another one in mind?
No, Withaki is good for me. They're very clear and honest, and they put things in perspective. I just don't think I'm ever going to make it right for Rec. And we don't know each other super well, but honestly, that one hurt. Like, a lot more than I thought it would. Like, he sees
Yeah.
me as a bad person.
No, I understand. And you don't want to be seen that way. No, it completely makes sense. You may never get his trust back. He may want nothing to do with you, and that's entirely his choice. But if that were absolutely the case, would you still want to try and be better?
I think so. Yeah. I think I got a lot of rage. I need to work that out.
Twinkle smiles and taps you on the shoulder with a fist. He says, "Then I think there's hope for you yet."
Basil will try not to cry at dinner because that's awful. But you can tell that she's just like, okay. And then she's just going to start stuffing her face with food because she doesn't know what else to do with her fucking hands.
You know,
that's a good idea.
Right on.
Question for you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do after all this?
I don't know. I can't go back home because those people are terrible. And I don't know if I should stay here. I don't think I'm a very good captain. I think maybe I was once, but I'm not now. I don't know. Why?
Well, I kind of sort of had a conversation with our good Commodore earlier, and I, for one, am going to be leaving. That wasn't in character. I was gonna say that for one wasn't in character.
But are you extending an invitation to go with you?
Well, before all of this, there was a point where I was ready to say, let's never meet again, because it would have only ended badly for both of us. But you've changed. So yeah, it is an invitation.
Is there room for the pig and the dog? I can give the dog up for adoption. I need to find it a really good home though. But I gotta keep the pig.
We were going to set up the sanctuary for it on Patella, remember?
Right, that's right, we were.
Yeah, sorry.
No, the dog itself isn't the issue. It's kind of just what that represents.
I know, that's fair. That's fair.
Gonna be honest, how that situation with Burnward was handled, that's why I'm leaving.
That was a lot. That was a lot too, huh?
Yeah, it was. But let's not go dragging up dead bodies now, shall we? Let's just focus on the here and now. You figure out what you want to do, and if that's come with me in the Stellar Flare after all this is over, be my guest. If not...
Wait, are you taking the Stellar Flare or the Tempest?
Oh, I meant Tempest, yeah.
Okay.
Tempest.
That's fine. Yeah.
Hold on a second.
It's like, wait.
Reaper's in my stream. He just resubbed, and he said, "The big black dude looks like he's about to fuck someone's day up."
I mean, he might. He fucking might.
I'm so sorry I had to read that.
Damn, yo.
I love that. So Vesa will like do this like weird half smile and just be like, well, think about it. Do you know where you're gonna go?
You know, I haven't let myself think about that yet because I think I want to figure it out when we get there. Make it a real adventure. You know? Spontaneous kind of shit.
Yeah. It's just smile real big at that. And she'll be like, I'll let you know. Just, consider the pig. The pig has to have a space too.
Tempest is kind of small, but I think we could pull some strings.
I know.
We have a cargo bay. We do
It's
have
true.
a cargo bay.
And he could totally stay in a cargo bay. Like, out of character. Like, he'd be fine. So,
yeah.
Okay. Just fucking smile at you.
But,
just
no.
Pretty great.
So, that's all I had.
Yes, me too.
Awesome. Ashira, you have anything that any scenes you need to do? Is there
Not
anybody?
at this moment.
Doesn't have anybody that Ashira doesn't have anybody she needs to talk to. Okay. Shaba or Ryan, do either of them have any interactions they need to have?
I have interactions for Shaba.
You do?
Shaba doesn't have anything, and Ryan doesn't. But Sai wants to talk to Shaba. Okay.
Sure.
Shaba's just been waiting to get chastised like the whole day.
Yeah, no, that's kind of been the whole tone, hasn't it?
It's that anticipation.
Okay, bring it.
Instead anticipation.
So, I guess this would have happened before the unveiling that we ended up having to move to the thing. So I'll show up in the cargo bay, and find you.
Yeah, she's probably back in there.
Are you still playing that same game?
I'm still on my first guy.
I thought when the Tinkerer left, that would have messed up that game. But
no, I just disabled multi-mode.
I was gonna say
right,
no. Shaba's still playing with the Tinker right now. As a matter of fact.
Oh, more than likely, we figured out how to do
Cross-dimensional
gaming.
Oh no, yeah, no. Oh no, I'm just traveling. That's the Tinkerer's whole catchphrase.
He's just fucking. Every now and again, Shaba just receives a request for a multiplayer game. She's like, I don't even know where he's at in the multiverse right now. What the fuck?
Fucking
He
Farmville.
wants to play? Sure, let's go.
Yeah, multiverse Farmville.
Right, that's great.
Words with people who won't admit they're your friends.
Ooh, that's a good
That's
one.
good. That's good. I gotta keep that one.
Let's see. Yeah, go for
I
it.
sit down and I'm like, so, why are you hiding?
Just hanging out. I'm not really part of the crew. And there's probably a few people who are a little upset with me.
You have several rooms that you could go to, but you have your own room too.
Not here.
Oh,
I'm not here.
on the Spitfire.
Mm. Yeah, hang on.
Yeah, nah. I'm happy here. I'm just sort of waiting until this is over and I can get back to Broken Rock.
Back to what?
Broken Rock.
Oh, Broken Rock. How was that? Huh. I try to hocus pocus the bottle of wine that I had in my back pocket out. Ta-da! But I pour 2 glasses and I'm like, so, why Broken Rock? Oh yeah, you have super secret mission shit you've been doing for him, huh?
Yeah, I sort of need to report back about that. And then I figured, get new ship, not go be the pirate I originally thought I was going to be.
Pirating, huh?
Yeah, work on a broken rock. I got some ins now with free captains.
Yeah, I'm sure at this point they owe you several favors, but I don't know. After all of this, I was kind of thinking about just retiring.
Really now? Where would
Yeah,
you retire?
we have a lot of connections. Anywhere. What sounds fun?
Aw.
We can just have fun now.
Just have fun.
I take your hand. I try to take your hand. I feel that eye movement.
She doesn't stop you.
Yeah.
Fail
And
at
I'm like,
taking hand?
Aw, very. This is sweet.
right? And I'm like, we can do anything we want. We don't have to do this. We don't have to be pirates. We can be entrepreneur, entrepreneur balloonists in space if we want.
Oh, please, God, no. Oh my God. Can't we just all retire to a nice planet that's only ours?
We already
Oh
have
wait,
that.
we tried to do that.
Yeah, then look what happened.
Well?
I'm staring at you, Jesta.
Uh-oh.
That's what happens.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
I don't like it when the GM crosses his arms.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's my favorite time because that's when I know that Sean is about to dole out righteous justice.
Anyway.
This is on simmer. We've got the end of the we got the series finale coming up. There's going to be a lot
Right.
of yeah.
I'm just saying, if you want to come, I'd be happy with that.
Nope.
Face. Nope.
That is probably about the subtlest you'll ever get us.
That was me.
That was me.
Oh, that was
Because
a
my
sure.
brain
Okay, I
My
thought.
brain went left field and I was like, nope, shut up.
Oh, I thought that was basic because it sounded like that was in response to, yeah, you could come with us. I like that. And then you're like, nope. And I'm like, oh, yeah,
Oh, no.
Totally unrelated.
Vesa would still be that.
Meanwhile, I'm back here just like, oh, this
I
is
was
so
gonna say,
sweet.
This is just me and her. I mean, you guys might be eavesdropping or something, but as far as it goes, I'm not gonna be King Zai no more. I'm just
Fairies
gonna
work
be
both
me.
ways.
Kingdoms suck anyways. I mean, think about it. It's built on nepotism. It always falls eventually.
Yes,
But that was the best part. There was no nepotism. You were
Listen.
next in line.
Yeah,
This could easily turn
that
into
you
Game
had
of Thrones.
specifically groomed a position you
Could.
had groomed me for.
I know, and you're just enough now that you're like, I don't want to be king, and that's a good place to be.
I don't want to be king. Fuck
On the
this shit.
same note, the best part about all of this is if all of us die or all of us leave, that means that Elgas becomes King Zai.
For the
I don't
5
like
seconds,
that.
for the 5 seconds the universe exists after you guys fail.
Can I just point
Yeah,
out
that's
that
possible too. But
Wow, GM, way to go, pumping us up there.
if Twinkle
Well, he's
Tim
talking about plans for if you guys fail. And you're like,
Oh,
well, this
Jesus.
other thing is going to happen. Well, if you fail, the stakes are the multiverse dies. So,
Oh.
we
Jesus,
got
almost sounds
sidetracked
like
for
a
a
Call
moment.
of Cthulhu
No
game
pressure.
we played in.
No
It-
We got sidetracked for a moment. I'm still waiting on Shaba's answer to my question.
Oh, true.
Jabba ran away.
No,
That's a
Sean Penrod.
hologram. That's
No,
not Jabba.
she's honest, and I mean to a fault. Like,
To a certain
I
fault,
mean,
yes.
notice that I haven't even complained about the ship or any of that. She's gonna do that. I can't stop her.
You make it
You
tempting.
can yell about it, but she's still gonna do what she wants. Ask Qualu how it goes when you tell her no.
and ask her what happens when you tell Qualu to stand down when he's got orders.
Yeah, I know that was too head spotting.
that, that, that was the moment everybody like decided that they were behind Qualu. They were like, he didn't fucking back down. Like,
That's true. We did all kind of rally behind Qualu at that point. We were like, oh shit, no, he called your bluff.
He did.
Who said she was bluffing?
You know, fair, she wasn't. She blew open a fucking space station.
Yeah.
I mean, Qualu's the best. I mean, he's
I
just.
do like Qualu.
Excuse me, sorry.
So many of our NPCs are the best. We're like, oh, they're just adorable. Anyway, I'm still waiting on that answer so we can move on. You can let me down, or not let me down. You can break my heart, or you can be like, maybe, and then whatever happens, happens. Or you could yes. If you yes, I'll do a backflip. I'll attempt to do a backflip.
Please don't.
Well, I will attempt to do a backflip.
Okay, that's better. I was gonna say that room is not big enough for you to do a backflip in.
I'm on my phone. I'll go outside.
I would
now.
like to
I
see
can
him
do a
try.
Same.
Hey.
Yes.
Hey. You're old too.
I was gonna say we're of the age none of us should be attempting goddamn backflips.
Yeah, but thankfully I don't look it.
I don't know. I was watching this
dye
one
my
guy
hair
in his
too.
mid-40s try and learn gymnastics with his daughter. That looked painful.
Yes,
I'm sure it was.
If I lose about 60 pounds, I'd think about gymnastics, but not till then. But let's move on.
Yep.
Was Vesa
looks
trying to
at
tell
Zai.
Twinkle something? Go ahead, sorry.
She looks at Zai and is like, that's a very interesting way of saying that you have feelings.
God damn, call him on it, why don't you?
This is why
Yeah,
it's
you've
great
known
when we
about
have
this for a
cameras.
long time.
Oh yeah, we've been playing back and forth with this one for a long time.
Yeah. Since the professor became a doctor.
True.
Yes. Oh my god, are our characters that old?
Yes.
Yes.
It's great.
Littering and
Okay.
At worst, if it doesn't work out, we can do other stuff by ourselves. But I think it'll be a hell of a ride. And I squeeze your hand and I'm like,
It will
let's
be.
finish this bottle and go save the fucking universe because I'm tired of this shit.
You and me both.
Such a good way to put it.
Nice.
And yeah, don't mention anything about the ship or any of that because none of that's going to matter. I mean, I know you're angry about it, dear, but you're not there, and that's what makes it okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I think at this point we've got we'll cut over to Oliver and Xander and Loyalty, and if anyone else joins as we progress the scene, that's what it is.
Withaki is gonna probably try and make his way there.
Right?
And,
Yeah.
I mean, just for backup purposes, then Faresh is going to be helping the doctor. I mean,
Yeah, and Withaki is like specifically like, he's been with Xander for a while and like they were out doing this when they picked him up. He's interested to see this finished.
Yeah. So it takes a good 12 solid hours of working, getting it of really getting in there and doing, and you find out that as you're working, you find out that there is some sort of biological agent that looks like it was manufactured that has caused a lot of the deterioration in the organic matter. You also find Xander. Give me a Xander or Oliver or one of you can help the other. Give me a computers check here real quick.
I can roll the help roll since he's probably better at computers.
So give me the help roll first, and then the computers roll.
I say.
So Oliver.
Oh
Well,
no,
Xander, fix
Xander.
that. You're a
Yeah, you can
scholar
fix
for a
that, can't
reason,
you?
baby.
yeah, you can reroll that, can't you?
Yeah, it's a completely different like week at this point.
Yeah, it is. Go for it.
Yeah.
It's a lot better.
So I roll 1 and then a 2. Yay!
Hey,
1 and a
you know
2,
what?
but it's not in that one,
Different-
and
The
still really
difference
high.
is
So
the difference is the 2 is not a 1, and 29 off of a 2 is a pretty fucking good roll. So, in terms of it, so what you're you find remnants of like code fragment remnants in the brain of some sort of computer virus. It looks like it was a virus. It looks like the virus was defeated, but what remains of the code is still there. It's not enough. It's not enough to do any real damage, um, but you can do enough reverse engineer on it to maybe come up with like a countermeasure down the road if you should ever need. Um, biologically, there was obviously a biological, like a manufactured biological agent introduced as well. But when Xander 1 finally kicks back on, you finally get you finish like the last of you finish the last of like sort of like um the last of like the checking in the brain, the positronic or cybernetic brain or whatever, and you close up the sort of the panel on the head that leads to the sort of like workings or whatever, and get him, and he comes back online, and he's like, and he kind of looks around, confused for a minute. He's like, where am I? What's going on here? And he looks around for a minute, and he sees
I hope the first person he sees is Xander. I mean,
actually
I want that moment.
actually he looks over, and Xander, because loyalty is standing next to you, loyalty is standing behind you, because he's kind of just he's leaning against the wall, and he kind of looks in your direction, and like he jumps off of the table, and he jumps off the table and starts looking around like he's looking for a weapon, and he's like, look out behind you, there's a loyalty. And he's
Yeah.
and he kind of
Uh-huh.
and he kind of like he looks a bit desperate, like the time for the time, like
For the moment, he's not going to hurt us. Just chill.
he's like,
For the moment. We got him under control for now until the whole universe is destroyed. And then, I don't know after that. Unless you have money to pay him. That's apparently his currency.
well, the moment you say
Currency. His currency.
the moment you say something about the destruction of the universe, he stops and he goes, oh, oh, so we're there. How much time has passed? What year is it? What time? He goes.
35.
He looks around. He looks at you, Oliver, and he's like, "What manner of creature are you?" And he kind of, yeah, he kind of, and he looks at Zrenvesh, and he's like, "That matter. What are any of you?" Like the only
Oh
one that,
shit!
yeah, the only one that he looks at, he seems to have any recognition of, is Dr. Telvono, and he goes, "He's interesting. You appear to be an offshoot of, I feel like I know what your ancestors were." And he's like, he goes, "There's something rather familiar. Your species must have evolved at some point." And you kind of,
Do we know how old this Xander is?
He's
As old
Xander
as all
1.
the other Xanders?
Yeah, you don't have a
Pre-gap.
hard number. Yeah, you don't have a
Pre-gap.
hard number. He's precursor, so he is he is not just
Apparently.
pre-crap, he's precursor.
W- w-
Because
I'm
that's
not
the
there
one
yet.
thing you did learn about Xander is that, or at least about the Valatesh, is that it's
Yeah.
precursor era.
Xander, start asking questions.
He's like, perhaps you should bring me up to. Perhaps you should update me on the situation. What year is it? What galaxy?
Listen to the internet.
Yeah. But connect him to
So-
Xander. They both have portals.
So you unload on him what year it is, what number of dimension that we're in, because traveling around, I would know that, and then unveil everything that was in my notes about the Volatesh that I know so far.
The Valatesh. He goes, so we're at that point where
Yes, sir.
things. He says, how much? This is all the information that has survived. All of it.
This is all we have to this point. There's another organization that might have more, but they're trying to use the Volatesh for the bad reasons. We're trying to use it for good.
The Dominion of the Black. It says
Yes,
the
sir.
Anipticans even feel. It says the Anipticans feared. And he's like, and he kind of, yeah, he kind of, and he goes, he says, I'm rather hungry. It appears that it's been a while since I've actually eaten.
See, it would have been amazing if you'd been fixed.
He's like, he's like, is there? And he looks around. Maybe he looks at Dr. Telvona. Because
Hey, did you finish that biscuit? Can I have that, please?
he looks at Dr. Telvona. He's like, I'm certain you probably have more tests to run and whatnot, but could we at least have some food brought here
I
to
was
where
gonna
we're
say,
at?
about
And
that time I walk in and I'm like, well, there is a feast in your honor.
Zai.
well,
I
actually,
would
this is
call you
12 hours have passed since the feast. It took him 12 hours to
the
get this.
12 hours, and I would call
It was a really good
Zai.
feast. All right, well then, yeah, bring those men some food.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up?
Xander.
Xander's one is hungry, and he's awake.
Okay. How's that
Come
going so
say hi.
far?
He's hungry.
All right.
Well, I filled him in.
Tell him we can make it. We have a synthesizer.
Okay, so I turned to the Xander one, and I'm like, okay, whatever your heart's desire of food, you can have it. What would you like?
He's like, he. I would like
Protein paste number 3.
Bionutrient shake 435. It's like you've probably heard of bionutrient shakes. Like they've come a long way since their inception, but your understanding of bionutrient shakes, because it's kind of a thing that that for androids specifically.
Yeah.
But you haven't heard anybody call it actual bionutrient shake in a while, because there's like a million different name brands and they all have all kinds of flavors. Given the archaic way that he referenced it, then you imagine that he's probably thinking of like the original sort of like tasteless bland formula. He's probably never experienced the newer flavor. As far he's probably never experienced it with any flavor really.
Yo, the amount of
true,
nacho
that's
cheese in this Dorito would kill a medieval peasant.
Pretty much. But yeah, he's but yeah, I think Dr. Talvona would probably look at him and yes, and about you're technically speaking, you're under the supervision of Dr. Byrne here. He is a a bear, an uplifted one, rather smart, has telepathy. Uh, he seems to be a quite competent doctor. He says, and I wouldn't want to step on his toes. And Xander one kind of looks at you, Oliver, and he's like, and he looks kind of surprised that you're a doctor and that you're like, he's like, because he doesn't even recognize what you are at all. He's just like, all he knows is that you're really, really big, and it didn't occur to him that you might actually be
We
like,
really need to update this dude's files.
yeah. He's like, you're a bear. That's what you're
A
called.
Yes.
platypus bear.
He goes, and
Shit,
what?
I am. I didn't know.
And he's like, and maybe he's like, he's kind of intrigued with like the species that like everybody is, but after like at least a one word description, like what do they call your species? What do they call your species? Like he's not asking the questions you might expect him to ask, like the culturally significant stuff and what have you. He just wants to know what the reference material here is at the most point. And he kind of is like,
When you guys put him back together, does he have a data jack?
it,
When he asks for the species, I just give him straight up the whole
Yeah,
list,
knowledge.
like
Like
right.
knowledge.
Kingdom Animalia.
It looks like he used to at one time had a data port, but maybe like this is something Xander or anyone else familiar with cybernetics is like. There's a procedure to remove those. Um, you would, and uh, it looks like he went through a much cruder version of procedure to remove whatever data jack he had. And he's like,
I
sorry,
see.
damaged
They
port.
ripped that shit out.
He says, damaged port. No, I damaged it. It was necessary. I took it out. There was a uh,
Then you're gonna have to do it the
perhaps,
hard way.
well, and I understand that, but I'm fine with that. But there are perhaps some things that I should probably tell you. Imagine you
Yeah.
have a great deal of questions considering the amount of information that appears to have been lost. Uh,
What's
perhaps
that?
I perhaps I should fill you in. The Anipticants, well, they're the ones who built the loyalty line and the Xander line. They didn't build the Valatesh or create it in any form. It was found. They theorized that there are several artifacts, for lack of a better word, relics like this that are from origins unknown. We were The Xander units were given the knowledge of how to maintenance and repair it, turn the keys, if you will. But we don't retain a whole lot of control. We don't really retain any extra control over it. We have protocols uh, that that are meant to countermand the dominion of the black and their influence, but little more. Uh, we were designed, the Xander unit, as maintenance. We were to maintain and and learn and catalog from the Valatesh and what it was and what it could do and what it meant. The uh, the problem is that the Anipticants weren't the only ones that knew about it. The Dominion of the Black found out and wanted to wrest control. To that end, they introduced a number of measures to deal with the issue. The loyalty line, and he looks at loyalty dash zeros. They originally created to protect as guardians of the Xander line, but the Dominion of the Black realized the planning behind this. They introduced a code, a virus. It first spread among the loyalty line, and then among many of the Xanders, or at least there was an attempt to. I don't know how many were actually. I don't know how many were actually affected by it. I was able to overcome it with some help. It's part of the reason I destroyed the got rid of the data jack, so they couldn't reintroduce the code so easily, and give myself a fighting chance. The the Domin, well, the Anipticans saw the danger after the 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 definition wars. So they locked it away. They put a code on it. They to where it could not be used properly without the full code. You say they're actually using the Volatesh?
Yeah.
Yes.
That means that the seals must have been broken, and the Volatesh has been.
But they're not using it correctly. I mean, it's not
Well, they
going the way it's supposed to.
well, they can't. They shouldn't even be able to use it at all. I assume that they're experimenting with with theoretical code design, or perhaps they found some elements of the code and they're trying to reconstruct the rest from the partials. There are a number of possibilities, but those are the two most likely I can think of. The loyalty line, when they fell, they wiped out a lot of the Xander units. There was a great deal of chaos. He says there was a we were told that eventually this would come. That one day that the seal would be broken, the Volatesh would be back in the multiverse from the outside places it was. We were told that there would be that the Dominion of the Black, if any of us were left to stop them, well, that's our job. The loyalty line, well, they were all corrupted. I'd heard rumors that there was one that maybe that resisted, but I can't I don't that was unsubstantiated. There was no proof. And then I imagine many of the survived or at least pieces survived well enough to be reconstituted and refurbished, new souls added to old bodies. Old bodies still corrupted by old code, or old bodies that had been memory wiped. A number of things may have happened in the. I'm guessing your memory, I'm guessing either you are a new old put into an older Xander body, or you may have survived and subsequently had your memory erased somehow. And he looks
I
over.
wonder if I need to have myself checked to make sure that virus that was in you is not in me.
And he says, he says it's worth a look. If you haven't displayed, he says, if you haven't displayed a desire to join the Dominion of the Black, and destroy the universe yet, well, that means you're either a sleeper agent, in which case I'm already in a lot of trouble, or you're.
I'm not saying that there wasn't that little inkling at one point to do it, but okay, y'all need to check my head.
It's like I would recommend the procedure. I can give you as much. I know how to recognize the data if you uh for whoever is going to do the procedure. I can help you learn to find where that the but the virus shouldn't have affected your memories. After all, they wanted the knowledge the Xander units had intact. It would it's the very thing they need to be able to, well, even with the code, they shouldn't be able, or a simulated code. The only way they could affect the Volatesh would be if they either had an Anipticant, and they're all dead. They've, to my, I watched their civilization fall. I was one of the last few out to make it out. The Or they have somehow managed to co-opt, successfully co-opt a Xander unit.
Probably the
Well,
second one.
they had you in a box in a pocket dimension on their planet. Type thing.
I think Telvona would interrupt and be like, actually, it was the Cosmic Cube Cabal that had him in their dimension. The Dominion, I'm guessing, was there looking for him. The information that he has, says, he says, "What about these Anipticants? What can you tell me?" And he goes, it's like, and not much. In order to safeguard their, in order to safeguard, and he seems lost for a minute. He goes, I seem to, I don't even know why I can't remember much about them. They're, it's like that memory, those memories seem to have been erased. Like they were protecting something. There were like there was something that, and he goes, I don't know. He looks kind of, he goes,
There should be a way to recover that, even if it's completely erased off your hard drive. There's still a way to find parts of that deleted data.
he says, well, the data that I have, what I can tell you is that, what I can tell you is that the Dominion of the Black have been trying to get their hands on this for, well, I don't even recognize your numbering system for the cycles, so I'm guessing from many eras at this point, in many different
Yeah, well,
dimensions,
see,
timelines.
I was a little different. I'm not one unit. I'm like several parts from a different Xanders, and then because my previous dude built me to help him in a library, so he found pieces, and I think my head was the original Xander unit or part of the Xander line, and I don't know.
He's like,
I just categorize things.
he says that, and he kind of looks, he's like, wait a minute. The code of definition, do you have the fragments of the code of definition?
I I have two, I believe.
Don't you have the whole book?
No, at this point, he has about half of the Dominion and has already gathered the other half. Like, maybe we get like some sort of like montage flashback of like the cast of or the crew of the Tempest, you know, going up against the Dominion of the Black here and there. Some they get to the code. Some you guys get to the code first and win out, and some they got to the code and get out. Not even cackling like villains, just quietly staring as they fly away and shit. Because most of them don't have. Most of them are pretty much mind controlled. There are a few agents you've seen that don't have. You've probably run into Calidus Pule once or twice, Dr. Calidus Pule once or twice, or at least one. He's like, he's like, to my knowledge, there are at least 3 other relics. The resurrection battery, the this is the resurrection battery, the constellation, the mirror of the mirror of the mirror of shining constellations, the Valatesh, the skull of the king, the skull of regalness. Anyway, I'm having a hard time accessing a lot of that information, likely due to precautions and security measures. I can help you figure out how to, if they have broken the the Valatesh, then I can help you figure out how to fix it. If, from what it sounds like, you talk about dimensional incursions, it sounds like they've already done damage to it. Uh, Setting it back to right won't be easy. I'll need a bit of information. He kind of is looking around at this way. He's not even looking at it in particular. It's almost like he's looking inwards. His eyes are darting back and forth, but it's almost like he's looking inward, trying to think of like what all he's gonna need and what have you. And he's like accessing, accessing, and he goes, "Wait a minute." He goes, "Loyalty." He goes, "Whatever happened to?" He goes, he goes, "Xander 42. That one was unaccounted for. Perhaps that's who they have, is this Xander 42. What number is your designation?"
1358-6.
And he looks at Loyalty Dash Zero and he goes, "And yours?" And Loyalty's like, 0. And he goes, and he kind of, and he's like, "So you're telling me that that there are more like me out there, that we were built to protect a bunch of nerds like you, and that what, we all went bad?" And he goes, Yes and no. To my knowledge, a Loyalty Dash Zero was never issued out for field. The prototype Zero is always the prototype number in the Anipticamp forges. I watched the prototype for the Xander Zero, destroyed before my very eyes. I didn't. I assumed that the Loyalty Dash Zero, the Loyalty Zero, would have been destroyed as well.
With Thok, he probably goes, "Oh my god, does that mean that you're defective in some kind of way? Oh, what way?"
And he's like,
Probably that he can't kill Xanders.
Loyalty is like, "I'm not defective in any way." He goes, "And if anything," and he points out that it pulls out his pistol and points it at Xander's head, and he's like, "This," and he struggles with his finger, "proves that whatever you're saying, there's some truth. I can't physically shoot him or you, and that makes me mad." He goes, as I, he says, "It pisses me off." He goes, "Why?" He goes, "So, yeah, if I went bad, then why, in your eyes, why can't I still shoot? Why can't I shoot either of you? You think the Dominion of the Black would allow me to break my program? It would have been necessary for them to have had to have overwritten those protocols. And I have no memory of any of this." And he goes, and he's like, then Xander's like, "I'm willing to bet that's not quite true. Have you had dreams?" that you couldn't quite explain. And like, everybody's got dreams they can't quite explain. And he's like, he's like, I'd be willing to bet some of those are memories that have not escaped you yet. However, you escaped the virus has allowed you to has allowed those protocols to remain, even if your memory has not. Says it hasn't, and if you still have fragments, then hmm. And he's like, that's very interesting. He says, for the rest of you, I'm I'm rather tired. I think that the says he says he kind of looks around and he goes and there's a moment where he's like, wait a minute, the Volatesh isn't here, is it? Like he gets like a weird look on his face. He's like, you have the Volatesh. Where you already have the Volatesh. They can control the Volatesh from a distance, but you don't have to be physically present, but it's near somewhere.
Well, let's go look for it then.
You don't mean to tell me, out of every godforsaken rock in this entire fucking universe, the Volatesh is hidden on this one?
He goes,
I'm not here, by the way. I'm just talking
yeah.
out loud.
Yeah, he's like, I don't quite get it. He goes,
Like, do you have a way of telling distance of how far the
Yeah,
Volatish
can you
is?
cast no coordinates?
not exactly. No, I know when I'm surprised you can't feel it, and you start to feel it too, Xander. Like very, very. It's maybe a feeling you were ignoring as maybe just like an irregularity in the way that like you were ignoring it as like an irregularity in your functions, but you realize now. He's like, it's it's not something so definite as a pinpoint or anything. It's I can simply tell when it's near. And there's a he's like any kind of he's like he he's like I mean unless you he goes unless it's on he goes there's a he says like there's a planet below us. He goes is there a moon? Is there a space stations? Are there other planets in the system?
There's
Is
a
there
space station.
It's like there's a station. Well, I suppose that'd be probably the easiest place to start um, to look for. There's
Withaki would probably go, isn't there a whole ass planet underneath us, Sai?
Yes, but he said he wanted to start with the space station.
Okay.
I mean, wouldn't it be horrible to search the whole planet? By the way, we have this badass ship that's actually this guy's. He's got super awesome sensors. Would that help you?
yeah. I don't know. I don't I don't think traditional sensors are going to be of much use here.
We have this badass bug mold guy who is fucking super kick ass at that. Can he help you?
He's like
Withaki goes, aw, thanks, Cap.
It's like I'll know the Volatesh when I see it. I'm surprised. And he's just like,
Or pull out the laptop with that one dude.
Which one, dude? The one from the
one that got
from
shot?
Netsadara, yeah, from Master Hezrul's computer.
Yes.
Yeah, Hasbro's laptop.
Yeah.
To the Xander.
Which has, like he's like, he looks at it as like, none of these names look familiar to me. He goes, He stops on one, and he goes, and it's one of the Heraldus guild agents. He goes, that one's a familiar, but it helped us once, but it cost his life. He was like, there's a moment where he's like, did you, by the way, did you guys sent word down to the planet that you were back, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Remember,
Harry.
yeah, there's everything has actually. Well, let's make sure we do it then. So we let them know we were back.
Hmm.
Remember, we sent for the Tempest. That was part of that.
Right. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right.
So
Um, the whole fucking planet is on high alert. Um,
okay.
everything that is military grade is going through the paces,
Hmm.
and the council has been alerted to the situation.
All right. Um, I think it, where did you leave Melanie? Who did you leave in charge of Melanie?
She's been on this ship the entire time with us. You
No,
said we
you
couldn't
didn't
take
take
her
her.
off the ship. You said we couldn't take her off the ship.
Oh, okay.
She has been with us the whole time. And yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
she's right here.
Um. Well, in that case, that makes this shit a little easier.
Oh, wait.
Because I thought
Wait,
you left her
really?
with like Elgas, huh?
No, we can get
There's
her
No,
off the ship.
she's the artifact.
yeah, like I think she like I think she
Ah.
like well I think that like she like comes to the doorway and she's like rubbing her eyes. She's like, "Where are we? And did we get?" And the Xander one looks right at her and goes, "The Valatesh." And that's
That's
where we
why I
close
got
the
the funny
scene.
feeling.
Happy
And
birthday.
that's where we close the scene. That's where we end.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good. That's solid. I like that.
And
Uh,
let's get everybody's Player's Choice Awards
Yeah.
and
all
start
right.
getting sign-offs going.
Start with Codex. She's got stuff to do.
Well, then you
All
go
right.
first, so I can go.
Oh. Hi. Tonight I played Zai. He he did a good job. He's had this under his hat for so long, and it's ridiculous. And I'm going to yell at him after I get off stream, but in a way that is both positive and refreshing for me and him because he's going to laugh for the whole damn thing. Um,
Oh yeah.
Past that, my friend Purple Codex has stuff to do. So she has a T Public you should check out. She does stuff in a whole bunch of other things that I can't quite remember right now, and she will tell you about that now.
I actually just had new business cards printed up. I should have them on the 10th, but I don't.
Oh my
I don't
God.
know. This
See, that's
one,
enough
like
of
I
it.
have Purple Codex cards that I've had forever, but this one encompasses all the things that I do, including the other thing.
All right.
But other than that, I don't really have anything.
Do you have a mostly pans account where you talk about pans
Yeah.
and most of them?
Jesus.
I like pans.
We're great in the kitchen. I mean, I'm not, but Purple's great in the kitchen.
Oh
You should
no.
check out her
No,
mostly
she's
pans.
not.
Listen, real quick before we continue, I attempted to make rice-a-roni tonight. It had long and short grain rice in it. The long grain got done and the short was still crunchy. So I can't even cook rice.
How? How did
I
that
don't
happen?
know.
Well, sounds like
We
you
can talk
need
about that later.
mostly some more pans to cook
You
more
need
things of rice.
you need more pans.
You could all help with that by checking out Purple Codex's mostly pans.
Yes. Yes. Do it.
No.
She needs more
That's my new
pans.
name for it. I love it.
Do it.
All right. So, Computer King.
Okay, I'm the Computer King, this gentleman supervillain, and I was playing Lee. 4 arms, 3 feet tall, full of sass today because we invited a crazy person. Well, sorry, a crazy rat person onto the ship, and nobody seemed to blink an eye about it. I mean, he looks like your old friend, but Lee's thinking, I don't know this rat from Rat Adam, whoever that would be.
We've dealt with this kind of thing before. It's
Don't
okay.
know this rat
Right.
from Radam.
We've had worse.
Yep. And on Thursdays, I'm in New Amsterdam as Pandexter, who he was quite quiet and calm during the meeting of very many mob bosses because you talk wrong during a meeting of mob bosses, you end up dead.
Big fact.
So,
if you pull an Amy, I'm just kidding.
if you pull an Amy, you wind up dead. No. Other than that, if you're interested in BDSM and the other dark edges of human sexuality, you can check out my podcast, Into the Dark with the Computer King. It's Computer King, one word, .buzzsprout.com. Adults only, please.
Awesome. I am still missing Kodex's vote, and that's about it.
I just
Yeah,
want to point
I
out,
opened it.
listen,
Listen, I
um,
Sorry, oh shit.
no, I
so
had opened our chat, but then you said my name, and then Chris went, and I forgot.
Okay, I'm
That's
just
fair.
go ahead and send me your vote. I'm just
Okay,
it's the
okay,
mid
okay.
it's the mid it's the mid outros, I need votes thing.
the
It's a
instant
pretty close
intuition
one.
for the darker side or darker aspects of human sexuality, Zappa came over and started meowing, and I'm a little concerned.
Wow.
I am. You know
Human
what?
sexuality, kitty cat. Human.
Hold
You
on.
know
I
what?
have
You
a
know
question.
what? No, he just doesn't understand any words. He's so stupid. He just heard, "Oh, that sounds like words of a person I've never met," and then just started going ape shit.
No, I have a follow-up question. Sassy, are you with Rowan in Cyrus and Mira's house right now? Because I'm
Yeah, all
so
four of them.
goddamn jealous. I'm
Yep.
so fucking
Yeah,
jealous
we're
right
so
now.
jealous.
Oh, hey, and we're all having a
We're having
great
a
time without you,
sleepover.
Amy.
I'm very upset
Ouch.
about this. No!
Ouch.
There he is.
Ah, I'm
Wait,
so
hold on.
Oh no. I think I'm afraid of what's coming next.
Look in the bathroom, though.
I thought Rowan was in here too.
Well, wait, there's someone.
Oh no.
We're
Rowan.
missing the fourth.
Open the
They're all in
bathroom.
the same room.
Oh,
Give me
Nice.
Rowan.
There he
it's the
is.
Now.
boys.
This minute.
James, let us see your
Give
beautiful
me
face.
Rowan.
Oh, sorry.
My little punum, please come in.
We can't continue until I get Rowan. We'll be here all fucking night streaming waiting for Rowan. I don't give a shit.
He's
Yeah, I will
he's not
stay up
using the
and go to
restroom.
work
He's
without
hiding in the
sleep.
restroom. There's a difference.
He's hiding.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's having a
Nice.
destructive poop. Oh my god, I love you guys so
There he
much.
is.
I'm so upset. I just want to
Freshly
be there too.
Sleepover.
freshly back from Europe.
All right. All right.
Fine. I love you.
So
Hey, shut the door behind you.
You'll have to
Come
The
on.
goddamn door.
I love
I'm very upset.
Awesome.
I'm very fucking upset. Guess what? Guess where I'm fucking flying to next week? Hold on, I need to look
Where?
at flights right now. I'm going to fucking Kansas. Now I need to just join in the fucking love fest, you
Oh,
motherfuckers. It's happening.
Yeah, for the
Can you
finale.
put it off for like 2 weeks? Because then I'd
Yeah,
have,
probably.
time to make plans to go there and then we could all go to the arcade.
But
It's true.
isn't the finale next week?
Is it?
GM?
No.
well, no. See,
Okay.
you guys are gonna get a week to sort of like plan and tie up loose ends, and then we're gonna get into the finale. So,
So
but
2 weeks, Amy.
Okay.
so
2 weeks. I got 2 weeks to fucking it's gonna
I,
fucking watch me fucking do it.
I'm playing survival
so
mode.
so
In-
where are we on
That's
Cyrus?
the calendar.
I'll go. I'll fucking
Hey, Mira,
go.
what are you
Yeah,
saying?
we got distracted.
There you go.
We always
Sorry.
do.
Brian?
What?
Yeah,
sure,
you
I'll
can
go.
look all through that if you want.
I thought I don't care who goes. They go.
Huh? Oh,
Mike, quit
sorry.
talking over me.
There, now it'll be quiet.
Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm Brian. I played basically Shabba Young tonight. A little bit of Ryan, but hey, that was fun. He got talked magic. He actually got offered possible job with the Bad Tinker. Ryan's excited. He's going to have to blow up a planet somewhere. And Shaba's like, finally, Zai came out and said that he actually cares for her. Like, okay, finally. So, it's been an interesting episode. Be interesting to see what happens in the next 2 weeks. But also, you can find me on Thursdays in New Amsterdam, where I'm playing Connor, the Scottish solo mercenary that got to show off the new toy and everything, and just wondering what the hell is he getting into. It's just like all the major players were at this move. So, yeah, that's going to get interesting. And let's see, Saturdays. Actually, this Saturday we had our first session 0 of After the Bomb, and most of it was character creation.
Let's hope it's our only session 0, not our first.
Nope.
Yeah.
Psychopath is all done. We got it all finished within an hour.
Oh, I was talking about us dying.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll postpone the nuke for a while. Okay.
Gunnar, do you not like when your characters die in the first session? Do you not like that? Is that hard for you?
Excuse me.
Excuse
me. You guys are playing 5e on Wednesday nights. You're invincible, basically.
That's true.
Mean, but were we when we fucking died? Were we?
Yes. Yes.
No,
you only failed one death save. You were fine.
That's true. That's true.
Wow, I'm feeling the sarcasm here.
I know.
Right?
It's real bad. It's mostly just shade thrown heavily at Gunnar. It's cool.
Yeah, so that's every other Saturday. This Sunday coming is Gloomfall, a D&D 3.5 game where, yes, technically you can die within the first session. It's not that hard. Much
surprisingly not.
No, it's not. Yeah, these guys are still in the middle of combat. They have a lot of driders and spiders, and there's still a pleasant little surprise for them if someone doesn't stop singing his or her heart out.
I was born to be the half-blood empress. Come on.
I'm looking at you, Mirror.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But yeah, that's it for me.
All right, who's next?
Let me do the thing. I want to do the thing. I'm gonna do the thing. I'm gonna do it.
Do the
Ready?
thing.
Okay. Hello, I'm Amy Gedden. Today I played Vesa. Also, I'm just a little tiny bit drunk because I had a celebratory shotgun beer at my brand new fucking shop because we just opened. Hype Graphics, very excited. We are selling so much shit. I mean, not yet. Orders don't start until June 30th. But if you're fucking stoked about it, go to hypegraphics.co. It's not .com because that shit's expensive. It's hypegraphics.co. Hit me up. Let me know. I'll tell you some fucking prices. I'm so fucking excited. I can't stand myself. Shop. I have a fucking shop, you guys. It's not this fucking space. It's not this fucking space. It's like a whole other fucking space. It's a space that I have to actually buy internet for, which is really upsetting. But holy fucking shit, you guys! I'm so excited. So yeah, like when I started the game, I was pretty drunk because I got a ride home because I got fucking wasted in my brand new shop. That's
Hell
me.
yeah.
Oh wait, I do other stuff. On Wednesdays I do cool shit with Gunnar where he tries to fucking kill us, and then on Thursdays I do cool shit with Mira where he tries to fucking kill us. It's really fucking great. It's super exciting. It's awesome. I have a fucking shop, you guys. Like I can't even. Like I don't know what to do with my hands. And then, like, the guy who's giving me the space will sort of not gifting. It's more like pay rent when you can, which is fucking great because I'm doing everything on credit right now. Today he was like, I was like, I'm sorry, I'm so excited. And he's like, still excited? Like, is this like more excitement after when I already told you could have the spot? And my husband was like, it comes and goes in waves. And I was like, yeah, like herpes. It just keeps showing up. And then we had a great laugh. And then I shotgunned some beers. And then I got a ride home. This is my fucking life now. I'm very excited. So, yeah, that's me. Hypegraphics.co. Please buy my shit so I can afford to stay there. Thank you. Okay, that's me. Bye.
Jesus.
I know. There's so much.
You can walk past that like you just casually said that.
I did. Please buy my shit so I can stay alive.
Saving the best for last, Daniel. Well, I realize there's more after that, but we're getting to the good ones.
Wow!
Yeah,
Fuck
you, Daniel.
Shots fired tonight. I'm just saying.
I had to go first. That meant I was the worst.
That doesn't mean. No.
Well,
That's not. That's
Wow. Just wow.
okay.
Well, yeah. Well, this is
Move on.
Daniel, aka Sassing Nasty 69. For one of my only times I've been able to be here the whole night because I might have called in, so don't tell my boss.
Your boss watches the
But
show.
yeah, my boss is like the one watcher, just like, But yeah, you can catch me here on Mondays as Doctor Oliver Byrne as much as I can. We got a couple of episodes left. The problem is I need to figure out which episode's the last episode so I can try to take time off. Mondays are kind of hard because a lot of people take Mondays off. And I also don't want it to seem a little suspicious taking Mondays off after I just called in on a Monday. But we'll figure. I'll see what I can do. Yeah, you can catch me here on Wednesdays in Beyond the Horizon, where Gunnar does not try to kill us. I don't know what Amy's talking about. It's drunk Amy, just whatever. He's a great DM.
Fucking gaslight me. You guys already do that on fucking Thursdays. Don't try and do that on Wednesdays too.
Hey. No.
That's my game
I
you're
do
talking
that on
about.
Thursdays.
Gunnar
I
tries to
do.
kill all the players, but not me, because I'm a good little ranger.
Whatever.
You can catch me also on Thursdays as Scene, who made an entrance, brought the tiger, recognized the Yakuza head boss, was like, oh, sup, I want to order your favorite drink because we're cool. I don't want to piss you off. And I think is that everything I'm on streaming wise. Yeah, that's everything streaming wise. That's me, folks. And then I guess since I have Rowan here, he can do his little thing.
Why am I doing things? I was only here
you
for
were the-
guest part.
Do the thing.
Alright.
Hi ho. There are. Hi ho, friendos. My name is Rowan, otherwise known as Night. How you got me here today where I played Serold Silverchild, who was always the runner-up, including in everyone's hearts. You can find me here, I don't know, sometimes. I'm not going to spoil things of what I'm going to be in or what I might be doing, but there's going to be things and they're going to be done. So that's me. I've been gone for 9 months and fuck, it's good to be back.
I'm glad you're here. I love Sam Sam.
So
Oh,
fucking
Sam
excited
Sam.
to be back. So happy. Happy clams.
No.
Scott, right? Are you done
Oh.
yours? We're
Oh,
gonna.
no, I forgot. I was listening to everybody else. Okay, so I'm Scott. Played Xander, who, I don't know. We got what we wanted, I guess. Now to fix the world.
Let's see.
Maybe. Or we'll all die trying. Who cares? What else am I in? See, Thursday, we got New Amsterdam, where I play the most normal person because he's fine. It's not.
Absolutely.
There's nothing wrong with him. He's cool.
Nothing wrong at all. Nothing wrong.
He got a new job working for the dude that killed his dad and wanted to kill his brother, but couldn't. But hey, I'm working for him. I'm fine.
Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
It's cool.
No issues.
Let's see. I'm gonna be what else? The Saturday, what is that? After the bomb thing? I'm gonna be in there. I'll be in that one, and then on the Sunday thing that my brain totally Gloomfall. That one actually is normal because all he is a blacksmith that got knocked unconscious, brought back to life, and then killed a blinking spider.
I'm saying normal.
Yeah, he's normal.
He rolled 2 crits. That's not. He rolled 2 crits. One of them was actually a confirmed crit. So kudos, bravo.
Normal.
Yeah.
Completely normal. That's normal.
It's normal to hit crits.
Yeah. And that's it. That's all I do at the moment. That's a lot. Yeah.
All right. Is there anyone we're missing? Gunnar, we got you, right?
5.
That'd be me.
I was gonna say
wait.
no. You didn't actually get me, but
Aha.
Mira, go
Let's
first.
do it. No.
We're gonna do it at the exact same time. How's that sound?
Okay,
That sounds
3,
great.
2, 1. Hello,
everybody.
everybody. My name is
Cyrus
Mike,
Smith.
also known as
Today
Mir,
you
also known
caught
as
me
Min
playing
5813, and
Twinkle
today
Bailey,
you
the
caught me playing
isekai
with
that
Hockey of the
is, running
Seekers,
away
and
from their
also you
problems.
got to catch me playing the Mad
Wednesday, you can
Tinker,
find me
probably
running
one of my
over the
favorite
horizon.
roles that I've ever gotten a
Thursday,
reprise.
you
So
can find me
overall, it's
playing,
pretty good. You get to catch me on Thursdays
Lucky,
for New
who had a mental
Amsterdam. You
breakdown
also
last
happen
time.
to
You
get
should
to
come
catch
watch
me
more mental
on
breakdowns.
Sundays for
You can also
Gloomfall,
find me
and
on
you can catch
Saturday,
me on
every other
Tuesdays.
Saturday,
No, you can't.
playing,
That's not
a war
true.
reporter
I'm totally
in,
getting
After the
lost.
Bomb. Saturday, you can also find me
In general, you
another
can find me
Brian
most
game
days on
in
this channel
Gloomfall.
if you happen to
And
find me there.
that
I'll do all
I
of my other
suppose,
stuff whenever I am done.
no, that was me.
Oh my
That was, the best part was when it started to fall apart. When he's just like blah blah blah, and he's like, "I'm lost my train of thought," and that's a lie.
That was
I
so
was like,
I
I
actually
love
"That's
it.
think
We
not
could
gonna
all
work."
sign off together every time forever.
Oh my god, that was good.
God.
Hey,
I love
was
that so
good.
Mira,
much.
we'll get better at it the
Fucking
more we
epic.
do it.
We will, exactly.
Oh God.
Oh
Deal.
I
god.
think what you should do next time is one of you is in like the left output and the other
The other
one
is
is
in the right. Oh,
output.
that'd be a
So it's
nightmare.
literally, I know. So it's literally in both Buccaneers.
Oh god.
Oh, I need more of that. I do that every time we
Awesome.
play.
Well,
Mm.
then that should
Ooh.
bring it back around to me, I guess. So let's get the bookkeeping out of the way first. For experience points tonight, everybody level the fuck up. And for
Oh.
Player's Choice Award, it is a tie between our Withaki and our Vesa. So
Oh
each
shit!
of you each get another 1,000 experience points
Thanks, you guys.
Dang.
because this was a pretty big episode, and it was a pretty good one. I think so anyway, but I'm partial.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, I am the Justin King tonight. Let me start that again. I can't fucking talk. For the guy who does most of the talking, I can't do it. I am the Justa King Zarat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for Fireshrike, this epic craziness that we are bringing to a landing here soon. It is insane and madness. You'd also catch me here every other Sunday night for Gloomfall, where I play Gorgork, the Orog fighter. He's not even a barbarian; he's a fighter. Who is a he's big axe swinging dude, and that's what he does, and come up with battle plans that are apparently somewhat effective. Then outside of that, if I get fired, you might find me on a whole bunch of other stuff for a while. I don't know. We'll see if I get fired or not.
I
Is
just
that a
tried to
goal?
level up Xander. That would sound
We
funny.
have goals.
At this point, I'm not sure. It might be.
No. Give me 6 months and I'm gonna need employees because the shits we're gonna make a thing. We're doing a thing. I need more drinks. Hold on. I need more drinks.
Oh boy, do you need more drinks?
Nope.
Nope.
But it's been a
But-
fucking great day, you guys.
Right on. And congratulations to Amy Gedden for getting her shop. Congratulations to Nightheart for coming back from overseas. And let's
Surviving.
get and let's get an RIP Fern and get out of here.
RIP
RIP
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Fern.